Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the finale. That's right, 300 minutes of racing have gone by, and it's brought us 75 minutes away from crowning our champion here at the Cathedral of Speed. It's the final round of the inaugural OneHub ACC season. We've had 4 point scoring rounds so far that have seen more position changes than the got that all wrong. More position changes than the England manager's job in the 80s. Spa, Silverstone, Hungaroring and Zolder have been the battlegrounds for our drivers, and battle they have done, leading up to this down-to-the-wire finale where we still have several drivers in the hunt for the crown. But we do have a champion-elect atop of the table, looking to take top honours for a 4th time in the series, with the only other driver to win a race still in the hunt after that recovery drive last week. It's going to be a hot and expensive one. The scene is a set here in Italy. We have our cathedral, our altar here at ERT, a champion-elect, a chasing pack, and of course, our leading lady and leading light in ACC commentary is, of course, Jessica Ball. How are we doing this evening, Jess?
Oh, John, it's going to be a bittersweet moment, isn't it? The final round is upon us. We've done 4 rounds already, but we still don't know who the champion is. And tonight we're actually going to find that out. I can't believe it. It's going to be incredible. It all came down to 2. It's Car Mentalist versus SOP Milden. And cut the spiel about the track at the moment. Let's not talk about that just yet. You guys want to know what the drivers need to do in order to be crowned champion tonight. So let's get the standings up straight away. Car Mentalist leading the way with 77 points, and SOP Milden on 65 points, and Flying Throne is 3rd with 49. Connor is 4th with 33, and Dexter 5th on 31. So mathematically, those 3 could be on the chance to get the 3rd place prize potentially. We got Floppy Fox in 6th on 28 points. 7th place is Camo Babo on 24 points. I believe he's here tonight. Yeah, he is here tonight. That's good. 8th is Khalifa with 19 points. 9th is SOP Kul with 15. He's back on the way for points. That is great to see. The championship is getting even closer in the midfield still. It's not just about the championship. 10th is Guna Gamble with 13. Then we have 11th with Cablo on 10. Blue Mosquito in 12 on 8. Age Racing Green in 13th on 7. Cam Kamam in 14th on 6 points. 5th is Ponish Down on 5 points. 16th is Eddie with 4. Joint with Gazaman on 4 too. Carl is 18th on 2. Joint with Blair Grills. And we have one new driver tonight replacing Kieran F1. It is Shadow _Lance _29. He's just making a debut for this race to get a taste of what the league is like, and who knows, he may join us next season. So what does Milden need to do in order to make sure that Car Mentalist does not become champion? He must not finish 4th or lower. If he finishes 4th or lower, Car Mentalist is champion no matter what. If Milden finishes 4th with comeback points, because the comeback point is still a thing, you know, Car Mentalist must score points to become champion, otherwise Milden is champion. If Milden finishes 3rd, Car Mentalist must finish 10th or 11th with comeback points to become champion, otherwise Milden is champion. If Milden finishes 3rd with a comeback point, Car Mentalist must finish 9th to become champion, otherwise Milden is champion. If Milden finishes 2nd, he must finish 7th or 8th with comeback points to become champion. If Milden finishes 2nd with comeback point, Car Mentalist must finish 6th to become champion. If Milden wins, Car Mentalist must finish 5th or 6th with comeback point to become champion. And we're going to ignore if Milden wins with comeback points because he may not do that. So we'll have to wait and see. But those are your permutations for this evening. It is going down to the wire here, which is great to see. Let us know your thoughts in the chat on who you think is going to be crowned champion, but the odds are stacked favourably on Car Mentalist, and that is who I'm going to predict to be crowned the champion tonight. What do you think, John?
Yeah, I think it really is going to be a tall order for Milden to overturn that 12-point gap he sees at the top. Car Mentalist, of course, with the 3 wins under his belt, out with the 4 races, and the race he didn't win, he still made it on to the podium. Got a driver to the day to his name as well. No surprise there. Milden is the only other driver to win a race in the series, and 4 times he's been on the podium. Like I say, he had an absolutely outstanding drive to get himself back into 3rd position last week. But let's also not count out Flying Frome. He, again, outstanding drive, really coming to his own towards the end of the season. His 2nd podium. Could he be there or thereabouts when the final curtain falls? We will certainly see. But yeah, Car Mentalist with that 12-point lead, the way the points are handed out. Obviously 20 for the win, 17 for 2nd, 14 for 3rd. And as Jess was saying there, it really is going to take a big tumble for Car Mentalist down the order before any of the other drivers are in with a look in 4th place or better. And given the fact that he's been on the podium in all 4 races so far, statistically, you would say it is pretty likely he's going to finish there again. And that is all he needs to wrap this one up. There, of course, there are other drivers. There's H. His name's completely gone.
H Racing Green.
Is he racing tonight?
I am. He's not in the lobby at the moment. We only have 15 drivers, so he's not here. But we do have another driver who is there for one race only, and it's fans courtesy of one of our partners, ERT. Dexter's managed to rope this driver in last minute. One of the legends of OneHubRacing, who's won a title at OneHubRacing before on the F1 side. It is ERT Josh making his debut on the ACC lead tonight, so it will be great to see. So we're bringing the rivalries into question between our championship contenders because I want to get a conversation in chat on what you think is going to happen tonight. But Car Mentalist and Milden were called into the rivalries this week. Well, it's not really a surprise. They are the 2 championship contenders. Both drivers can technically still win the championship, but this week only one can and will. And the press are very much looking forward to seeing who comes out on top. So, Milden was asked, what would you be doing to ensure it is yourself that lifts the inaugural ACC championship? And does Car Mentalist 3 wins in a row worry you? And Milden says, nothing I could do other than drive as fast as I can. It's unlikely, but you have to try, I guess. And no, 3 wins do not worry me. He's been lucky and fast. You need both to win, and I have to agree with that. Car Mentalist was asked, would you have less to lose today, knowing a decent points finish is possibly good enough and will leave Milden coming up short? And he said, I think I'll have even more to lose. If something goes wrong, I could throw it away, and I know Milden will be there to pick up the pieces. So Milden's got 4 podiums as well. So Milden's picked up the one win which Car Mentalist did not get. Milden picked up the pieces. So we could see something similar tonight as well. So we'll find out. Milden got 2 driver of the day. Car Mentalist got 1. So we'll see what happens. So before we talk a little bit about the track, John, I think we should give our sponsor a plug nice and early, and we don't have to worry about it until the end of the stream. So
yes.
Give our sponsor a plug now.
I will do. Massive thanks to our sponsors, of course, putting on this event. We had the pre-season rounds, and this is week 5 of the point scoring. Next Level Racing, of course, sponsor the league. They provide a direct drive stand to the driver who gets the most driver of the day in Formula 1. We've got 3M Sim Racing as well, who sponsor the league by providing a pair of sim racing gloves. Did I mention last week I don't have a pair? We've also got partners as well. Vespertine, of course, is a very important partner as well, who support our championship prizes in the ERT, and of course ERT themselves, the partner, the Going Gets Tough Award, which is here for ACC as well, and it goes to the driver that completes their media day interviews if they're outside the top 3 and they attend every race. So thank you very much to the sponsors and the partners, and of course the drivers who all take part, and of course Jess for putting on some awesome broadcasting and commentary alongside me for this whole series. It is, as she said, a bittersweet one that this one is going to end tonight, but we are definitely in for an absolute cracker of speed. It is, of course, known as the Temple of Speed, or Cathedral of Speed, as I like to call it. It primarily consists of high-speed corners and long straights, as I was saying last week, pretty much 3 braking zones and a right-hand corner. broken up by the taxi canes Variante del Retafio and Variante della Roggia, as well as the medium speed Lesmos, which up until recently I called the Degnas. It does have a starting grid of about 29 cars. We're going to have 20, just short of 20 tonight. It was going to be all good. On the right hand side, sorry, just spotted Simon in the chat. He'll be cheering on SOP. Floppy Fox, we know he'll be cheering on as well. The drivers' pole position will start on the right hand side, 5.7 kilometres or 3.5 miles for the uneducated like myself. It is 11 corners in a clockwise direction. We'll have, of course, got the mandatory stop for tyres and fuel, but the drivers can simply pop 1 litre in, the old classic splash and dash, and get themselves out of there. If that is what they elect to do, my old eyes are deceiving me. It is indeed. For a tyre change at Monza, you're looking at 69 seconds, which is 64% of your lap time, which is actually one of the shortest pit times on the whole calendar. So it really is dedicated to getting out on track and getting your foot down. Silverstone, with a length of that, 52%. So there you go. That is one of the shortest. But of course, this track absolutely steeped in motor sporting history, been in existence 1922. That's even older than some of my jokes. Incredible. Up until...
Wow, John, wow. Hopefully you won't say any puns tonight.
Yeah, no, we'll leave those alone. There'll definitely no be Mario jokes or any pizza jokes. Pineapple on pizza all the way, people. Pineapple on pizza all the way.
Oh,
God. Controversy from the excitable one. And it is, of course, the home of my beloved Ferrari. And it seems only... Oh, yeah. And it seems only fitting that we will have a Ferrari performing this evening. Dexter, one of the partners and sponsors here. He did, in fact, win, didn't you, Dex? Standing ovation. The Monza event here. What was it? Pre-season. There was just some opening events, wasn't it?
It was trial events that we did.
Trial events. And, yeah.
One of them was Silverstone and one of them was Monza. So.
Oh, the Silverstone race. Epic.
Yeah, I have to say, Monza was pretty epic too, so I think we could have another classic race tonight. I'm currently watching practice at the moment. You're not seeing it on your screen at the moment because there's no point, but I have to say, watch out for Car Mentalist. He has stopped the practice session at the moment, and I've already noted the lap times we could be expecting tonight. We could expect to see 147s, 146s maybe from our top few tonight, and race pace around about 148, 149 as well. And out of all the tracks on ACC, it's the fastest circuit. Average speed based on that record, 223.8 kilometres an hour. And don't bother asking me what it is in miles per hour because I'm not good at conversions. So, yes.
That's about 150.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I was not expecting you to do it that fast. But anyway, I know you guys want us to get into the qualifying session because you see it is quarter past, just gone, well, almost 20 past 7, and you're not seeing the qualifying yet. But do not worry, the qualifying is coming for you right now. Here we go. Here's the action. We've got 15 drivers tonight, which is, I think, about similar to last week. Everyone is just getting a feel for the track at the moment to see what they could do, of course. Now, a few drivers were asked some very interesting questions in the pre-race interviews about the practicing that they've been putting towards this track. Milden hates Monza with an absolute passion, he says. So that's not looking good if you've got a championship to fight for, Milden. Car Mentalist finds it's pretty easy. Monza is easy to pick up and get into a rhythm. Just need to find the balance between grip and straight line speed. Connor says, well, although I could do so much for the Aston, it is the weakest track for that car. Cam just said, what's practice? Nice, Cam. Dexter did a race around Monza a few days ago, so he's used that as his main practice. I think I already know about that, Dexter. Cool said, not had as much as time as we need a lobby set to be changed faster, but it's now been sorted, but I want to get a win tonight for sure. Don't count out Cool tonight. because there was a few races where he was just short on getting that win. So watch out for him. Just saying that. Floppy Fox did respond, but he could not make it tonight, unfortunately. He's not in the lobby. He is, however, in the chat. So nice to see Floppy Fox supporting the league anyway, even though you're not racing. Wherever you are watching, you're probably not watching at home. You're probably watching somewhere. I don't know where you're watching. But anyway, nice to see you around. Blue Mosquito hasn't done much and might not get to because he was at work until 6:30 today, UK time. Cabo Babo says not the best. His consistency in the dark isn't the best. And one of our new drivers has responded. Shadow Lancer 29. Don't know much about him. I'm not sure if John knows much about him, but he said it's been going rather well, to be fair. Spent more time in the Ferrari as a result of Dexter recommending it to me. And guess what? Good news to John. Shadow has picked the Ferrari, so he got more than one Ferrari today. Yay! And he's been able to beat his best time in the Lexus yesterday as well. So he's feeling relatively good. So those were people's thoughts about the track and practicing in general. We'll go through the advantages around this track from some of these questions a little bit later on. Now, a few people cutting the corners, that is not good. I'm trying to see who is about to finish a lap, as Connor is in the pit, so he may have not been happy with his lap time. And I think Kull, I pressed one of the trigger buttons thinking it's an on-board, but it's a different button for ACC. I did commentate on F1 yesterday, so that's probably why. But Kull is, I believe, about to finish his lap as he goes around the Parabolica now. A possible overtaking spot with that we did see, I think, with Khalifa fighting with one of the ERT guys in the trial event, which was quite nice. So Khalifa, I think, is feeling quite confident about this track. But Kull is coming across the line, and he sets the first benchmark time of a 1:48.846. So 7/10 shy than what we're expecting the top guys to run, but it is banker laps. Gunnar Gamble just comes across the line in P2. We got the number 6 car. No, it's not the number 6. Josh going through Ascari, past Ascari now. And we also got the 20. It's hard to keep track of these cars. I think Shadow Lance is about to cross the line, so let's follow him. So we'll see what he could do. He's just doing his out lap. So let's follow Josh. He's on his out lap too. Oh no, he's not. Josh is P6. And Khalifa comes across the line in P2. 6/100 per second. Oh, cool. Carmentalist only in P3 though.
Yeah, yes, Carmentalist down in P3, but you say down in P3. He is the same distance to P2 as P2 is to P1, and it's SOP Cool taking the honours with just under 10 minutes to go. Optimum track temperatures. It is a sunny Italian day. We have, of course, got debris from the escape road. There's always one misses a braking zone on the warm-up lap. Half a second separating the top 7 drivers, and our championship protagonist, well, he's sitting pretty much where he needs to be. Needs to finish 4th or better to put this one to bed safe and sound. He's 3rd at the moment, but we've still got Art Connor, Shadow Lancer flying from our late championship Charger, finding a couple of podiums in the last 2 weeks. How will the Lamborghini fare on Italian soil? We will certainly find out. Coming through the Lesmos, and he's going to come along the back straight into Ascari at a fair rate of knots. No more improvements on any times up at the front, but Cool is back out on track. Blair Grills a set of time 5 seconds off the pace. Coming through Ascari then, flying from. He's going to need to keep this one very planted. Catch as much curve as you can get away with, really. That is the key here. Coming into Parabolica. The chat's alive as well. Good evening to everyone in the chat. Who do we think is going to win this one? Carmentalist seems to be the flavour of the day there as well. Of course, I'm sure Simon will be cheering on. Flying through into Parabolica. Spots a good exit, nice and light. He's going to be carrying a lot of pace across the line. Where is he going to jump to? He's definitely going to set a time here, and 1:49.
Did he invalidate?
Okay.
1:49.269.
Yeah, so he has set a time, but that is pretty slow. So I wonder if that's just a tyre warmer, a sighter. As we can see, he's coming through the first turn now, and he's found a 10th.5 there. Oh, dropped it again on exit. So he'll come into the chicane. He's still green on his timing board. Car Mentalist has gone first, Jess.
Car Mentalist is back. Car Mentalist is back, ladies and gentlemen, to where he needs to be at this moment in time. He can't really. Well, he could be anywhere, to be honest, because he needs to know what Milden does as well. We will keep you up to date on all the permutations throughout the stream, so do not worry. And SOP did ask about the point system, which is in the chat, but I will do a big quick recap. So the top 12 score points in this league. So first place gets 20 points, second 17, third 14, fourth 12, 8. I need to actually get it up properly because I'm probably saying the wrong points. But yeah, top 12 score points anyway. And don't forget, there's also the comeback points as well. So top 10 is split into two groups, the top 10 and outside the top 10. If you finish inside the top 10 and you gain the most positions, you win a comeback point, which means 1 extra point in the championship standings, which could mean a lot of difference going into the championship in terms of your position. And outside the top 10, if you finish outside the top 10 and you gain the most positions there, you will also get a comeback point. So very intriguing to say the least, and I have to say that's one of my favourite features. I really do hope.
Go on, Dex. Sorry.
Dex is third.
Sorry, not Carmelos. Throw have done the same time.
Holy moly!
I've only ever seen that once before. It was two Porsches racing in the ACR's league on PC, and they've done identical time, so they will be set.
Bravo.
Yeah, did I not mention Flying From could be? Yeah, I mean he's really flying.
He could still realistically, I think, get second in the championship. I think.
Oh yeah.
So we could still so.
If Milden doesn't get his finger out.
Exactly. And we could be trying to Flying From. And it's nice to see Dexter up there in the beloved
It
Ferrari.
really is. Come on. And look how close he is.
See, yeah, I know. 45,000 for 100 of a second is absolutely insane. But this is a close qualifying. 8 separating the top 10 is incredible. Whilst John was having an oh god moment because he saw Flying From at the same time. I'll go through the points. So we got 20, 17 for second, 14 for third, 12 for fourth, 10 for fifth, 8 for sixth, 6th for seventh, and then it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 down to 12th place. And then obviously if you're outside of the top 12, you do not get any points unless you get the comeback point as well. So there you go. That's a bit of an update on the point situation. And I usually update on this stage. Oh, Camo Babbo! Where did that time come from? 3/10 quicker than Flying From. Milden's up there as well. The track is getting the most grippiest. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. But there we go. This is going to be absolutely incredible. Camo Babbo was asked about any place you think you might be stronger than your rivals. The Bentley seems to handle Ascari better than other cars, he says. So hopefully he could gain some time there. Well, I want to see what his sector times were in the Ascari section, Camo Babbo, because that's probably where he's gained the most time. But that shot Car Mentalist down. Milder's up to second, Flying Frome's up to third.
Oh,
bring it on.
I've just spotted that as well. Yeah, my PlayStation 4 Pro is officially melted and dead, unfortunately, so I won't be, we'll be doing this the old-fashioned way. Camel Babel, 142, Milden up to second, Frome in third, Carmentalist in fourth, Dex is down to fifth after taking up. This is incredible. 610 separating the top 8. Then there's 610s back to Connor, Mosquito, Josh Cablo, Cam Come On, Blair, Grills, and Shadow Lancer, 29. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea where we should look coming towards the end of qualifying. Yes, this is, trying to do the maths on the current standings is just incredible. I think at the moment, let's not even do this, Like, Car Mentalist is still the champion if the race starts and finishes like this.
Yeah, exactly.
But you won't be happy with that. But listen, I tell you, you did say it, like, will we see him? He's coming across the line now. the champion-elect. Can he put in a champion's lap?
Yes, he does. 148.177. He's going to be in the 147, surely. If he does not, I'm going to probably end up crying. And Camo Babo is still in second, flying frame in third. So he's beating Milden. That could be crucial in the championship. We'll have to wait and see, of course, as well. And I don't think many people were asked about who they think would win the title tonight. I think it would have been interesting to see about that. But there were a few people that were asked about has the season been everything you hoped for. And Milden enjoyed winning in Spa. Well, of course he did. It was the first race of the season. And Connor said it could have been better for him. He wants to be fighting in the top 5. But unfortunately, only one race has been a success so far. With my only chance at podium taken away due to an unfair penalty. And Dexter would have wanted a podium, but he hasn't got it yet. But he still is reaching his goal with the top 5 at the moment. And cool, he should have went in the Mercedes to start with, but he definitely could have had a better fight in the championship. As I think Milden's coming across the line to start his next lap. Blue Mosquito says the opposition has been way faster than he's anticipated, being fun just trying to hang on to the points. He's been doing quite well being in the points consistently, so well done Blue Mosquito. That's probably what my aim would have been for the season. Camo Babo has been enjoying it. Hopefully more seasons to come on OneHubRacing. Do not worry, Camo Babo. There are plans for another season in the works. We can't reveal too much at this rate, but there is plans for another season. Watch this space, I have to say. And Shadow Lancer is looking forward to season 2. He's tempted to go full-time if tonight goes to plan. And from what he's seen for the first 4 races, he feels it looks amazing. And that's why he decided to race here tonight. So don't expect him to be on the pace just yet. He's just getting a little bit of a feel of, obviously, the competitors so far. I believe Carl Mentelis is on for his final run as well. Going through the Curva Grande now. We got the number 24 of Cam about to start his flyer, or he's about to finish a lap. Let's see as he comes across the line to either start one or improve. He may be on for a few more laps, actually. He is actually starting one of his out laps. We got the 111 of Milden, the championship rival of Carmentalis. Then he's got to have a good lap here. He's 3/10 off pole and he's in 5th. That's not where he needs to be in order to be the champion, so he needs to improve just a little bit. So here comes Milden. He's come across across the line with a few seconds to spare, so he's come in plenty of time. And here we go, the checker flag has dropped. Dexter can't improve on his lap time, so that is it for him. First person to cross the line will be Art Connor in the 74 car. Great to see his progress this season. Like we said, he's only had one good race this season. Last week was pretty good for him. He's still realistically in a chance to get some good positions as he goes into the pits. We got the 43. Is it the 43? It looks like it, of Carmentalis. And looks like he could be on for another good lap. Come on, go into the 147s. No, he's not in the 147s, but he still improved on his lap time. Incredible. 29 of Shadow Lancer. Does he improve? Nope, he does not. So I'm just trying to see who else is on a lap. We got, I think, Cam and Josh improving. And don't forget, we got SOP Milden on his final lap too. So watch out what he can do. So I think those are the only 3 that could realistically improve. So let's watch Cam first. Coming across the line in his Mercedes. Don't forget George Russell signed for Mercedes next season. Will Cam go into Mercedes next season in ACC? We'll have to find out. He stays in 13th. What about Josh then? He's in the pits. So it's just SOP Milden coming across the line to finish his lap. And he doesn't have time. He does not have time. So your results. Carmentalis on pole. Camo Babo in 2nd. Flying Frame in 3rd. Guna Gamble in 4th. Milden in 5th. Curlit in 6th. Then we got Dexter, Khalifa. All separated by 7/10 of a second. 9th we'll get to Connor. And we got Blue Mosquito in 10th. Cabello in 11th. Josh 12th. Cam Kamum in 13th, Blair Grills in 14th, and Shadow in 15th position. There we go. That is your grid for the final race of season 1. Nobody got into the 147s tonight, but we could see people in the 149s in terms of race pace. Come on, guys. Get your thoughts in the chat. Who do you think is going to take the title? We had our thoughts, but we're not going to repeat too much going into this race. It's going to be very, very exciting. I can't call it. Anything can happen around here. It's Monza, for goodness sake.
Yes, it is. It is indeed. It is indeed. So there we go then, qualifying. Some blistering times being put in there in the blistering heat in Italy. 75 minutes now separates our drivers from glory. Will it be Forza Ferrari bringing down the checkered flag? Is Car Mentalist going to do what Car Mentalist does? Lead it from start to finish. Can Milden put on a comeback drive and get himself onto that top spot and put Car Mentalist under some pressure? Will my beloved Ferraris feature on the podium? Come on, sim racing gods. Let's get a Ferrari up there. We definitely cannot wait to see. Getting some hellos in the chat and stuff as well. This is about to see the sign. We're about to see a mega race. It says Jason, Johnny, a couple of guys. Everybody, if anybody's out there unwell with anything, especially you guys with COVID, look after yourself. Take it easy. Don't be rushing back and doing anything silly. Get yourself fully fit and well. But yeah, Floppy, can't wait to get you back on track as well as Johnny Bizzett. And Johnny Bizzett himself, who is no slouch behind the wheel, I can tell you.
Yes.
He was pointing out there some very, very, very quick times you're seeing out there, and he is absolutely 100% correct. We really have. In fact, I think tonight, if Car Mentalist does make it onto the podium in the interview box, I might even be asking him for some Kailami tips because I'm racing there on console on Thursday night.
Oh.
So yeah, that might be my question of the day if he gets driver of the day. What any pointers for Kailami? Because yeah, he has been Mr. Consistent this season. The opening battle on the race, I genuinely thought we were going to see a titanic struggle at the top when SOP Milden took on top honours in the opening race, but Car Mentalist very quickly righted that ship. Some absolutely epic battles we saw between them in the rain in Hungary. Yeah, that pit exit, if you don't know, go back and watch. That was unbelievable. And then Milden's comeback drive as well last week really shows that he's definitely still a championship contender. Starting this one in 5th though, Car Mentalist. Mission 1 complete. Qualify, front of the grid. It's exactly where he needs to be. He needs to finish in the top 4 to take this championship. And as I mentioned at the start, he hasn't been off the podium in the first 4 races. So
just
yeah.
like Car Mentalist.
Oh, sorry, I did mean Car Mentalist there.
Just like Milden then.
Sorry. Yeah, just like Milden. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's not been off the podium either. Actually, starting in 5th, flying through him as well. 2 podiums in the last 2 races. So he really has been on a charge towards the end of this. Could he be the man to deny Car Mentalist his 4th win of 5? And it is, as you can see, the drivers perhaps can't, it's a night race. So it's going to be headlights on, full track temperatures are going to be low, and it's certainly going to be a test of the driver's ability to get the brakes right, especially when they're surrounded. I've got a rear view mirror full of flashing headlights. Turn 1 at Monza. Oh, after my own experiences there, genuinely, Jedi Knight reflexes definitely won't go amiss as you're coming through this track. It really is going to be a spectacle. Car Mentalist, Camel Babel, Flying Throne, Gunnar Gamble and SOP Milden rounding up, making up the top 5. SOP Cool backing up his teammate there in 6th, and then it's the ERT duo of Dexter and Khalifa. Sorry, I was about to misspeak there. Is it Art Connor who's just behind him? He's not an ERT driver, he's an ART driver. It's easy
to get things mixed up, John. It's
really
all
is.
good.
It really is. Let's see, has Gunnar Gamble not have full beams on? Some drivers might not. To be fair, it depends on the contrast they've got on their screen. I know that in the rain, a lot of drivers on this will switch to bonnet view because you get no rain on your windscreen, so you don't have to worry about the windscreen wipers and stuff. That changes your field of view slightly. I can't do that. But yeah, it could well be that he's on his bonnet, so not using the full beams. Which, yeah, as long as he's got his lights on, I don't think he'll have to use his full beams. 11:05 PM, unless it got to like 3 in the morning. But no, he'll get a warning. That's for sure if he doesn't have his lights up to the mandatory setting to make sure you can see where he's going. Monza turn 1. Did somebody say Monza turn 1? It's the final round. How many drivers do we have on track? We do have 15 for the final round. Just having a look down. Like I say, I'm relying on the stream as well. At the moment, my PlayStation 4 Pro's literally melted.
Do you want me to take the start?
Yes, please, Jess. You take the start. It is the final round.
Yes, I've never took it to start before, and what a perfect race to do it. So there we go.
Indeed.
Car Mentalist is on pole position, ready to take it from lights to flag. Could he be the inaugural Season 1 champion? We will have to find out. He's leaving it very, very late, but we are underway. Car Mentalist has got a very, very good start compared to Flying Throne and Camo Baba as they make it through the very tricky turn 1. Then we'll have to see what goes on then for all these drivers as well. Milden is doing very well as well, trying to get past the likes of Gunnar Gamble, and is defending from SOP Cool, as we've seen, I think, a relatively clean start. A few people have hit a few bumps along the way, but there we go. It all happens as we see Dexter pressuring Milden as well. So, all in all, a great start for our championship leader at the moment. Actually, no, the timing towers are absolutely skewing. Actually, yeah, it is Car Mentalist that's still winning. Of course he is. Bo is there. There's a bit of a pile up happening in the background. Hold on, let's see what has happened there.
And then there was a Bentley lost his grip there as well.
Yeah.
Camo Baba lost grip in the second chicane, and
Yeah,
there
he
was a
did.
Mercedes of Cam Camon or Khalifa, I believe, in the first turn, hit the sausage on the left hand side, so the entry to turn 1. But it is in the Lesmos. Camo Babo trying to gather himself. He is dropping places like a stone. Again, the timing boards only update when they go through the sectors. So I don't think Dex and Milden are 5th and 6th at the moment. They're definitely up a couple of places. They're side by side coming into Ascari with the Bentley watching then. So the Bentley is still showing in 3rd then. So it's Milden. Oh, and we've got a car down. We've got a car down. That is a Ferrari. That is Dex.
No.
Way. Yeah, that is Dex. Has just tumbled down the order. The exit to Ascari. There was a bit of door banging with Milden, yet you can see the damage up beside the Honda. Goes round the outside. Blair Grills picking up places then, so it looks like he survived the early Mercedes mistake going into turn 1. Blue Mosquito. Oof, and I tell you, Dex car definitely looking a bit worse for wear coming into Parabolica. He's on the inside.
Yes. He's probably going to go into the pits now, John. Oh no, but he's not. He's still going. He's not giving up. He's not giving up. He's trying to battle with Blair Grills and Blue Mosquito then. But it looks like the Bentley of Camo Babo is, I think, a lot better, I think, behind. So we could get past as well. So Camo Babo is ahead. Oh! The two ERT boys, I think, come together. Oh, that is awful. That was Camo Babo that went off a little bit, but I think they're back on, I believe.
Blair Grills. I think it was Blair Grills.
It was Blair Grills. It's hard to see in this in the
light, yeah.
Exactly.
It's hard to see what's going on. Jump back up to 1st place though, because it's not Car Mentalist anymore.
It is Flying Throne who's took the lead.
It is Flying Throne. If only one of the commentators had said to watch out for this guy getting himself onto the top step of the podium, because he's been on the podium the last 2 weeks. He has really been on a charge. Point in case. He is now leading the final race. And that's no mean feat against a driver like Car Mentalist. Car Mentalist has very rarely put a foot wrong. And even when he has, you wouldn't even have noticed that he's taken pole position and he's taken the lead of the race. He did have a battle for the lead of the race in the last one, and it looks like he's got a battle on his hands for this one. And I say a battle, he's really going to have a titanic struggle on his hand. We did have Simon in the chat earlier saying that McLaren wasn't the quickest car round here. It did find itself in pole position, so certainly belays that. But with Carmelo driving it, anything is possible. But at the moment, flying from, not only has he got the overtake done, he's kept Carmentalist exactly where he needs to, and that is just on the edge of the slipstream. Carmentalist is going to close hugely, manages to hold the extra speed beautifully, of course, and he jumps right up in there. Oh, yep, so he is back in the slipstream now, so he really has done the work in the braking so beautifully there. Coming into the second chicane, he's absolutely not letting this one go. He is going to battle this one back and lead this one from the front as much as possible. We definitely know he can handle the pressure. The Hubbin cars close in behind him, no problem whatsoever. Can he now apply enough pressure to a driver in the front? This is the first time since the first race.
Wow.
That we could see Carmentalist gazumped from the top spot, flying from, definitely putting in the laps at the moment. 2 seconds up in his time, so they're already looking at hitting the 149s.
That's what we are expecting in race pace. That's what we've been expecting in terms of race pace, 149s, 148, so...
Yeah, we really were, and these guys up the front are delivering. Oh, and a Carmentalist has popped out the slipstream. Maybe he doesn't want to carry too much extra speed into Ascari. It is not known, the McLaren, for taking curbs well, and Ascari is definitely... Wow, look at grip he gets out with that thing on the edge of those. It's just insane. But the grip he does, and look at the background then. Gunnar Gamble got a shout in the chat as well. But, oh yeah, of course, about his headlights. And yeah, he's not really caring. He's holding on to third position at the moment. He's watching the battle just ahead of him, and he's got a fair train of cars tucked in behind him, and it is the SOP duo of Milden and Cool. They're applying the pressure there. The battle up in the front at 149.4, 149.4. Look at that. The two of them right in one another's pockets, and they're still doing 49s. 1 minute 50.2 for Gunnar, 1 minute 50.4 for Milden, 1 minute 50.6 for SOP Cool. Could not be close. Oh, and I think Milden's gone for a move, has he?
He did try to go for a move. Let's go on board with him.
Oh, Jess, it's impossible to know who to go on board with.
It is hard. It is hard to tell, to be honest, but these drivers are doing an incredible job. Definitely, they do not want this to end. And I think most of the drivers are going to feed back that they want a longer season. To be honest, we would want a longer season as well. But this is obviously a trial season to see how it's going, and we're absolutely loving it so far. Hope you're all loving it so far. There's a lot of you guys that came from other ACC leagues and want to see what OneHubRacing is all about. We are mainly a F1 league, but we are trying out ACC this season, and I'm almost certain we're going to be doing another season of it, so watch this space on how you guys could potentially get involved to become a racer this season, because these drivers have been giving it everything. Carmentalist on the back of flying from. Carmentalist did say he was quite looking forward to it, but he is aware that the McLaren is not the fastest car around here. Can't remember what the fastest car around Monza is actually. I think it might be the Merc or the Ferrari. Actually, could be the Merc.
Probably the Ferrari. I'm going to say the Ferrari. Bentley does well because it can eat the curbs through Ascari. It can eat the curbs much better than most cars through the Lesmos as well. If you can get yourself a bit of curb on that second Lesmo, can find yourself a 10th or 2 there, and that is definitely something that the Bentley and the Mercedes are more than capable of. We're getting shout-outs in the chat. Floppy Fox, the Lambo looks quick in a straight line.
It does.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Half a second is the gap now coming through. Milden on Gunnar Gamble still. Flying from. Really has come in. He's like I keep saying this. Yeah, very, very, very impressive second half of the season flying from, son. Really, really, really seriously impressive in that Lamborghini. I think it took him a bit of time to get used to it, he was saying, but yeah, he's absolutely got that thing dialed in. And yeah, if anybody needs any proof, he's got Carmentalist in his rear view mirror. There you go. Case closed. That's it. That's all you need to say.
And he's on the PS5
in front of Carmentalist. So yeah. Oh, is that him? No, because he's on the PS5 now, isn't he? So yeah, he'll be enjoying those 60 frames a second. He'll be putting those to absolute good use. As we can well see, another trip into the Lesmos. And then it is the straight scramble for Ascari. Slipstream mode definitely activated for Carmentalist coming out of there. Comes zooming along under the bridge, comes zooming along. There you go, very professional term there. coming into Scarlet. Great. Again, neither of these cars really great over the curb, so it really is a bit of a stalemate through here. It's all going to be down to using the slipstream, getting in the braking zones. Good evening, Colin. How are you? Welcome to the broadcast. We get Arnold here. It's Spencer for you. How are you? It's finale. It's Monza. Get out here. I can't do Ferrari in an Arnie voice yet. Sorry. Hi, Colin.
Colin joined at the wrong time. He's probably like, what? Massive shout out to you, Colin, by the way. Also, massive shout out to Jason, by the way, in chat. A quick fact on Jason, by the way, John. Won his first ever One Hub race last week in the Prospect here. There we go. I can't remember what track it was, but Australia. Nice. Congratulations.
Oof. So tough track as well.
It is a good track. So yeah, maiden One Hub race winner in the chat, Mr. Jason. There we go.
Nice.
So I'm seeing that Flying Foam's about almost a tenth quicker than his previous best so far at this moment in time. Milden is up into third position.
Just come in the chat as well. Jason, congratulations. Massive congratulations on winning your rate. Floppy Fox, well spotted. SOP Milden.
It is hard to keep track when
because SOP Cool's been overtaken by Art Connor.
Oh, Connor's having a brilliant race.
Yes, he is.
Milden, though, is probably not having the time of his life at the moment, but there's still a long way of this race to go. Plenty of time for people to make mistakes as well, so because there still could be comeback points. Camo Baba is still in the pits, so what are we doing? Is stop now, or he might have got damage? I don't know, because he's been in the pits for quite a long time. So Car Mentalist 2 temps. That's all I think he needs, Car Mentalist, to get past Flying Foam, but straight line speed on the Lambo, as someone was alluding to earlier, is definitely quick around there. So Car Mentalist needs to get a move on and closing in on the corners, especially towards the Parabolica. There's not many real braking zones around here, so we shall see. So Car Mentalist going to the start, finish straight then, both taking similar lines. Now it's very important that, especially I think around turn 4, maybe a Scara, you could get a massive toe. And Car Mentalist looked like he was going to go for the lunge there into turn 1, couldn't quite make it stick. We got SOP Colin Connor having a battle. This could be 4th position. It is side by side into turn 1, and we have got Connor defending for, well, actually attacking for his life. I think it is Connor that's ahead. Yes, it is Connor that got the move done, but is well on the back of this. It could not be over. I think the Mercedes is quicker than the Aston Martin then, so past Kerber Grande now and heading towards turn 4. He's got the better run, I think, but Connor's going to try and cover on the left-hand side then into 4. We will see then. They're keeping each other steady. Oh, the Mercedes has cut the corner. I'm sure Kuhl has to let Connor through, unfortunately, but
Khalifa as well.
Khalifa's going for the move potentially as well. He's looking. He's definitely playing the back seat, as it was at this moment in time, just in case people make a mistake and goes wrong. I remember Khalifa and Janel having a battle in at the trial event. I think we could see more moves being made up front, and we could see Gunnar Gamble just being on his own, saying, "Thank you guys could keep battling," and I could just
Car Mentalist and Frome
3/10 of a second.
Separated by more than 3/10 in the last 3 sectors. They are very, very, very close indeed. I think as well, another advantage that the Lamborghini's got, which was made apparent when I was commentating on a race at Monza the other night, the brakes on that thing are absolutely incredible. For an hour at Monza, I watched an Aston Martin and a Lamborghini battle. I would change positions for a second. The Aston Martin coming through Parabolica absolutely had to drop on him as soon as he got in the braking zone. The Lamborghini was braking so much later, planting the anchors and just getting...
Here comes Khalifa! Here comes Khalifa for the move into turn 1. He could do a similar move to what we saw Connor do a lap earlier. So I wonder if Connor is going to take a similar line then into turn 1. I think Connor is ahead, so I think he took a different line then, which definitely helped him. But Khalifa knows that the Mercedes is quicker, so he's going to take advantage of that. There he goes into the Curva Grande, and that was perfectly executed. Well timed from the ERT driver of Khalifa, and it's up into 6th position. And the timing's updated just as I said that, so that was good timing for me. Thank you very much. And that's allowing Cool to have a little bit of a gap as well to everybody else. So that could be interesting to say the least. I think Kamababa could be out the race, you know, so that will be a shame for him. But I have to say Cam has gained quite a few positions. Shadow has gained one due to Kamobabo's probably most likely retirement. Hopefully he can come back very, very soon. Just look at that Aston Martin on Khalifa at the moment. I'm going to go on board actually because I really want to see this in full action into Ascari then. This is going to be epic to see if Connor could do this. Closest battle on track. I wonder if Khalifa's going to gain some time on SOP Kul. We'll have to find out very shortly. We're almost within an hour to go. It has been obviously 15 minutes almost gone. It is a 75-minute race. We had Spa already this season, which was the longest race of the calendar. We had Spa, Silverstone, Hungary, Zolder, and we're finishing tonight in Monza. Only 2 people could be in this championship fight, one of which is Carmengelis, currently in second in this race, and one of them is Milden. If, as it stands, if Milden is finishing where he is, he will not be champion. But it may be in danger of losing out to Flying Throne for second place. Hopefully, if Colin is watching, which he is, hopefully he'll be keeping a close eye on the points. And we haven't done the runners-up permutations. We've only done the P1 permutations. So we will need someone to keep an eye on that, as Khalifa's looking very good on Cool, actually. Yeah, Khalifa's looking very good on Cool, but he couldn't quite do it. So this could be a good 3-horse fight for these midfield positions. And I think Milden's a bit too further back on the top 2, even though he's in 3rd at the moment. So I think this is a battle I think we need to watch out for at the moment. Don't forget, one mandatory pit stop, which the driver's still got to make. I think from this point now, if they box now, their car should be able to be fueled to the end. But I think I'm expecting the first
yeah, no problem.
I think I will be expecting the drivers to pit around about the 50 minutes to go mark, I would say. So that would be the main option. So plenty of action still to happen, and Khalifa's just keeping Cool steady, and so is Connor on Khalifa. And I'm sure the drivers that are out of this championship hunt is going to try and have some fun, because that's what it's all about here as well. The drivers having a great atmosphere in the tier chats. It's been great to watch their development throughout the whole season, and we can't wait to see who comes out on top with these guys. Cool is keeping these drivers under good wraps at the moment, though, in P5, so great to see from him.
Yeah, it really is. Great drive from all the drivers. Oh, we do have someone just popped into the pits there, but they had a blue... oh no, sorry, it's still Camelbab in the pits. Flying Throne is definitely, to say he was on a charge in the second half of the season, he is on a charge here as well. He is eking, stretching that gap out as much as he can against a driver like Carmengelis. It's about a 10th a lap, but it is still... on current race position, Colin Mason first, Carmengelis. What, to win the race, Colin, or to win the championship? Because that's it.
No, Carmengelis will win the championship. I think he's about to run it up. Nah, I don't think. I've did my calculations wrong. Flying Throne won't be runner up because it's a 20.8 point. Actually, no, wait, 16 point gap. I need to actually do maths here. 65 minus 49. 16.
Yeah, Milden will hang on, yeah.
Yeah, Milden will hang on. Milden will have to have a mare for Flying Throne to be second in the standings. So there we go. Yeah, that's my maths out of the way. Hopefully I won't have to do any more maths at the end of it. But, yes. I have to say, someone is pointing in the chat, I think it was Colin, saying that Cam's doing a great job. Yes, he is. I think he started 12th or 14th, 13th. Cam is always a driver that gains positions in the race. He's never a good qualifier, but he's much better on race pace, and he's showing that at the moment. He did get a comeback point, I think not last week, but the week before. The comeback, I have it written down somewhere. I know he got the comeback point last week, but Cam always has a tendency to pick up comeback points in this league because there's still plenty of opportunities for him. But he could get Dexter actually for 9. So Cam is doing pretty much better than I expected. It was Connor and Cablo who got the comeback points last week, with Milden getting driver of the day. So don't forget, Milden will need to finish 3rd or better, or 4th with a comeback point, in order for the championship to stay alive. But Carmentelis will need to have a mare there. So that is your running order so far. Carmentelis has found a bit more time on Flying Throne this lap. Right now, 0.3 of a second separating the top 2. And Khalifa's dropped back a little bit from SOP Cool. Same with Connor. But I'm sure that gap will close in just a few moments' time. 10 laps of this race gone already. Track and air temperature at the moment, 14 degrees Celsius. No trail wind at the moment, which is great to see. And it is just lovely at night time. I'm glad that it is at night time, to be honest. The track is 5.793 kilometers in length, and most of the lap can be taken in full throttle in F1 cars. Not sure about GT3, so if you do that, you're probably going to end up with damage. And Connor just found about 3/10 on Khalifa there.
Yeah, coming into Ascari, that definitely seems to be the favoured battleground of these drivers. Cool seems to have extricated himself ever so slightly from this situation, leaving his fellow Mercedes driving ERT Khalifa to battle out with Art Connor in this Aston Martin. Still ridiculously close up at the front as well though, Jess. Carmentelis, oh, it's just dropped back down to 210.
Oh, can he go for the move? Oh, he decided not to, back down. But he could go into turn 4. I think turn 4 could be the best opportunity. Oh, did I see someone cut the course? That is, I think, oh, please don't say it's Milden. It's Milden. He cut the course.
Oh, he took the escape route.
Oh, Milden, no. Oh, God, this could be...
He's definitely going to get he's going to get a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, but if he gets any more, he will get a drive-through, and you do not want to get a drive... Oh, is it a drive-through or stop go?
Drive-through.
Oh, and that's worse than a stop go. I don't know what's worse.
Yeah, no. You definitely, drive-through is better than a stop go. Stop go, you're stationary for 30 seconds and your tyres get a lot colder. And the track temperature is currently 14 degrees, which means the drivers will be able to put in some absolutely Olympic lap times because the conditions are pretty perfect. But yeah, keeping the heat in your tyres is definitely going to be an issue. Brake ducts will fully be closed. Milden gained 2 seconds there. Oof.
Yes.
Wow. GGTA
well, I think he's got a warning though. So, and we do have a bit of an information about the Going Gets Tough award. And who's still in. Obviously, Carmentelis and Milden won't be in the running for that because they will definitely finish top 3 no matter what happens. So, Going Gets Tough award based on competition. I know you can read in chat, but I know some of you may be watching this back on YouTube and don't have access to the Twitch chat. That's why you should watch the ACC streams live, folks. And then you'll get all this glory of watching what's going on in the chat. Same with our F1 streams on Twitch, by the way. Well, you watch it live because it's not the same if you watch it back. But anyway, the Going Gets Tough award based on competitions will be between Cam, K-Mum, Connor, Dexter and Blue Mosquito. Those are the drivers that are outside the top 3 and have done all their pre and post-race interviews at the moment. They still got to do one more interviews later on tonight. I don't know how we're going to reveal this, to be honest. I really don't know. But we will try and think of a way of maybe we will do a video or something on YouTube. Season review. We did that with that. And Camo Bama in the chat saying that didn't go well. Yes, that does confirm Camo Babo's early exit in season 1. What a shame. I did predict he was going to get a podium. And he didn't. Well, he did due to Connor's penalty in Silverstone, but he did not get the win. It's kind of like George Russell, like anxiously wanting to get a point for so long, but Camo Babo, thanks for taking part in the lead, my friend. Hope to see you in season 2. But we still got Flying Throne and Carmentelis. Last lap was a 1:48.8, and usually I would get John to see the other lap time of Flying Throne, but he can't.
I'm in.
Yeah,
I've actually made it in.
Yes.
I've made it in.
Yes.
I've got an ice pack and an extra fan. I'm in. I'm not kidding.
Can you see Flying Throne's last lap
His
time?
last lap was a 1:49.
So Carmentelis is quicker.
Car Mentalist is definitely quicker, and they're just coming around the parabolic, and now again we're on board, as you can see, with Car Mentalist. I will stay on board with Flying From, so we'll get to see the lap times. In fact, you see them on the bottom left of your screen there as they pop across the line. 148.9, 149.2. So they're just trading, they're toying with our emotions, Jess. They're Car Mentalist is doing it to me again. He's doing it to me again. So there we go, the trade lap times. One was half a second up the previous lap. Now half a second the other way on this lap. And it's just playing into Milden's hands. Although, to be fair, Car Mentalist, right, he needs to finish in the top 4. He's currently in 2nd position. SOP Milden is trying his best to close that gap. His last lap was a 149.3, so we actually went quicker than Car Mentalist by 3/10 in that last lap. Pretty sure at the start of this I said I guarantee this goes right down to the final checkered flag. And somebody please feel free to go back and quote me on that. Okay, there we go. The proof is in the pudding, and it's on track happening right now. Milden is closing the gap on the battle for the lead. The battle for the lead is seesawing between 3/10 of a second and 8/10 of a second.
Oh, Milden's getting a beautiful run. He's 1/10 behind Flying From.
Yeah, coming into Ascari with a lot of slipstream there, but again, Ascari's not a whoa, look how much curb the Lamborghini's getting. He's really got the setup of that car on point. Yeah, I think I might be asking him for some Ferrari tips as well for Kyle Landon. Look at the way he's got that riding over those curves. That's absolutely incredible. And you can see he's stretching the gap out, so the slipstream no use. And this is exactly where the nullification is going to keep happening. Lamborghini gets the exit on Ascari, gives him the run into Parabolica. We can see Car Mentalist hanging on for all he's worth to the slipstream, but coming into turn 1, the Lamborghini's got the straight line legs and it's got the braking power. Again, we're going to see Car Mentalist across the finish line, closing, 2/10. He's going to pop out the slipstream again, because he knows he's carrying way more speed than the is. The Lamborghini's on the brakes into turn 1, and it is rinse and repeat. Lap number 14 of Deja Vu at the top of the table here. Car Mentalist doing exactly what he needs to do to hang on to this championship lead and take top honours. Oh, SOP cool. He's just got to kill a drive-through penalty.
Cool, what have you done? He's got a drive-through penalty for exceeding track limits.
Half an hour in. That's early doors for a drive-through.
That is half an hour. Time just flies by when you're having fun, but Kul is looking for a podium. I don't think he's going to get a podium because he has to serve it within 3 laps. If he does not, he will get a big fat black flag, a disqualification. Oh, look at Car Mentalist. He's deciding he wants to have a look now. Let's go on board with him as he goes to the right-hand side. We've got Flying From. Does not want Car Mentalist to have a piece of this action. Flying From, I've got to say, doing an amazing job, by the way, fending off the potential champion in waiting. That is huge pressure that he's undertaking right now, and Flying From, I think he'll be probably happy with that he's beaten Car Mentalist at the moment. The only other person to beat Car Mentalist this season is the guy currently sitting in 3rd place in this race, SOP Milden, the championship rival of Car Mentalist. Then we've done 14, well, they've done 14 laps. They're about to finish their 15th and on to lap 16. Car Mentalist. Milden's closing 1:48.9 for Milden. He is faster than both Car Mentalist and Flying From. That is incredible, but look at this. Car Mentalist is going to go for the move into turn 1. This has got to be it, surely. That is it. Car Mentalist is your new race leader from Flying From. Flying From is holding on for dear life, but I don't think there was nothing more he could have done. But we'll see if Flying From has the straight line speed. Let's get that back camera then to see if he goes for the move into turn 4. You can see in the background that Milden is almost closing in on him, but not quite. So a three-way horse fight for the win. We haven't seen that much action like that before. I think we may have just seen 2 horse fights for the win in some races. Drive-through penalty has been served for SOP Cool then. So he's got it out the way. No disqualification for him. So that is out the way for the SOP driver. Not what he would have wanted. He's dropped down into, I think, 10th place. So it might be less than that. But We'll see. But Carmentelis, we'll see if he can hold on to it. But, oh, look at the closing speed that... Oh, no! Flying Foam's hit the wall! Flying Foam has hit the wall! Oh, that is so easy to do. I do it a lot on the F1 games.
Oh, yeah.
And in other sims as well, but... Oh, no. Flying Foam, I think... I have to apologise. I think commentator's curse is on me tonight.
I didn't even see that happen. I was on board with Milden. I didn't even see it happen. That's
he hit the wall so hard. He probably will have to go to the pits after that. He will have to go into the pits after that. Let me go on board. He might be in the pits actually, but
he is in the pits. Froome is in the pits.
Oh.
Yeah, Froome's come straight into the pits.
That looks. Oh, his car is disgusting.
Yeah, that is a panel beater's nightmare right there.
I think mainly his front is and the side bit of the car is the best. And the chat, they're going no, and I think I would have liked to see someone different beat either Milden or Carmentelis, but unfortunately not meant to be right now. So that's given Carmentelis a comfortable lead now. But guess who's closing in? An unlikely contender. Mr. Gunnar Gamble in the McLaren.
Yeah, he really is. Showed that the McLaren apparently was underrated around here, but if we got one in first position, then yeah, Gunnar Gamble in the McLaren as well. He's now on the podium, and Flying Froome's going to be in the pits for a while, getting himself repaired. So Gunnar Gamble definitely got himself a podium finish in his hands. Why did that pop up, Calvin? So Flying Froome, there you go. He's dropped. He's taking his mandatory. He's on his way back out of the pits.
Yeah, at least he's got that mandatory stop out the way.
Yeah, so he can just try and get himself back out and make back as many places as he can. Given the pace that he's got, you wouldn't imagine it'll take him too long to get back up through the order. But yeah, Gunnar Gamble in the McLaren, 2.3 seconds behind Milden, who's 2.3 seconds behind the Carmentelis, who quite frankly can't believe his championship-elect leading luck at the moment. Just as he gets the lead of the race back, and Floppy Fox saying, yeah, dirty air. First lap behind Carmentelis and probably dropped like he had when he was leading. I probably drove like when he was leading indeed, and yeah, that dirty air, the slipstream, the exit speed you carry, it's a whole different ball game when you are jumping on that brake pedal. And it looked like he lapped the back tyres, touched a bit of curb, off into the wall, and Carmentelis off into the lead. He's just got himself back past some traffic there. Milden coming through turn 1, Gunnar Gamble coming through turn 1, Khalifa as well up to 4th position. Great drive for Khalifa. Connor up to 5th, and Cablo in 6th position.
Come on, Cablo!
Great to see from Cablo getting himself right inside the top 10. Dexter has recovered from that early stage exit left in the Ferraris, up to 7th place at the moment. Come on in 8th. We've got Blue Mosquito in the lone Audi in 9th position. ERT Josh, who was a late addition to the race, he's running great guns in the Mercedes at the moment. He is in 10th position. And Blair Grills in the lone Honda, he is in 11th.
And in the pits.
And he's in the pits as well. Oh yeah, there we go. So
that was good timing.
That really was good timing, yeah. So Flying Froome's going to come through and take 11th. He's taking his pit stop. SOP Cool is coming along towards Parabolic, and now he's just behind 3rd placed Gunnar Gamble. And SOP Cool definitely has pace, but of course we saw him involved in an incident as well. Had to pit early to repair some damage. So he'll be trying to get as many overtakes done on drivers before they take their pits to guarantee himself those extra few places. And was that Milden into the pits.
So he's doing the undercut then, John. He's doing the undercut. Now, what did you say? How much time do they...
65, 68, 69 seconds for a tyre change.
So that is 64% of the lap. That,
yep.
No, not...
just over half.
Just over half, which is slightly more than Hungaroring. Hungaroring is 60%. Yep. Barcelona is 65, so Barcelona was more. Silverstone was 52. Spa is 69. Well, nothing could top Spa. And Zolder is a whopping 77. So, yes, the third, out of all the tracks, Monza's the third pretty much most track on the calendar that you could lose a lot of time here. It's massive. So, Milden's got to make sure he has the best outlap he can in order for people to be like, you know what, I need to pit. Carmentelis doesn't have a comfortable gap than last week, so that means he needs to push for his dear life at the moment. Khalifa, I wonder if he's not got to concentrate on the likes of Milden, but he'll probably be concentrating on the likes of Connor most likely, who's 2.2 seconds behind. Cabello, I have to say, is... I know I shouldn't be cheering on the drivers because I'm impartial, but Cabello, what an underdog story. He's maybe been racing in 11th, 12th, just shy of points on races, and he's on course for 5th place. What a season finale that would be for the Bentley if he could get his best result in one hub and get basically all the points that he's got already in one race. Cabello, let me see how many points is Cabello in. 10 points.
In the pits.
Carmentis in the pits. Cabello is on 10 points at the moment. For 5th place gets, I think, more than that. I think 5th place gets 10 points. So yeah, that'll be good, won't it? So Carmentis good at gambles in. Khalifa stays out. What about Connor? He stays out as well, but he's gained about a few tenths on Khalifa. Cabello is having a battle with Dexter as well. So that could be intriguing. And we'll see if anyone else has boxed. So Milden, Flying Throne, Cam, Kuhl and Blair Grooves have done their mandatory pit stops. Carmentis and Gunnar Gamble will come out soon as Khalifa just goes past the Curva Grande. So I'm almost certain that Khalifa's going to respond to Connor most likely. Khalifa's known for the undercut. He is like this in F1, so I wonder if he's going to play a similar strategy here on ACC. Let us know your thoughts in the chat. So far, nice to see we got a record viewership in ACC at the moment. 10 to 12 viewers tonight, which is great to see. So massive shout out to you all. Carmentelis comes out in 4th now.
Yeah, that might change again depending on sector 1.
So we'll see. Actually, no, he's 3rd, so I'm sure Dex is behind him. It's hard to see in the dark.
Cable's in the pits. Blue Mosquito thinks ahead of him as well, actually.
It's 1-1-1. Oh, it's Milden. So it's Milden that he was just ahead of.
Yes, it was. It was a 5-second gap between himself and Milden, of course. It was Flying Throne fully involved until he had to come in and take his pit stop after that drop in Ascari. Quick meeting with the wall.
So
and that was all she wrote for his podium aspirations.
Khalifa's following my lead, and Connor is following him in as well. Well, I don't think Connor wanted Khalifa to do the undercut, so he's like, oh, screw it, I'm going in as well.
Yeah, Milden's made up 4 seconds in the pit stops. 3.5 seconds in the pit stops.
Carmentis must have had... Milden must have had a brilliant outlap then.
Oh, he really must have. He really must have. 1.6. I mean, he was just over 5 seconds behind when he came into the pits. He's now 1.6 seconds behind. And he can well and truly see ahead. Dex is in the pits with Art Connor and Khalifa. So these guys are all going to go overtake him. Blue Mosquito is going to come past the pit entrance. SOP Milden is going to come into Parabolica. And we're going to cross the start-finish line and get a new update on the timing. But I tell ya, if that's more than 1.6 seconds, I will be very surprised. If it's less than 1.6 seconds, I probably won't be. 1.5.
Wow, Milden's on a charge. I like this. I know it may not make a difference to the championship as Carmentelis needs to have a bottle, but Milden is on fire right now. He's trying to do what he needs to do so he can make sure P2 is definitely his, but Milden will need to have a nightmare in order to do so. So the timings will update. Khalifa, I think, is going to be P5 behind Gunnar Gamble, I believe.
I think he's just got in front of Gunnar Gamble, sorry. Our Connor's come out in front of Gunnar Gamble. Oh, Khalifa's behind Gunnar. So our Connor's out ahead of Gunnar Gamble. Khalifa's just behind Gunnar Gamble. It's all going to be a change as well because Blue Mosquito's in the pits. Dex, did I not see Dex come in the pits?
Dexter has not stopped, no.
Oh, okay.
He's the only driver, apart from Shadow. Oh, Jesus, someone getting a tanker's lap of Connor. But
Yeah, trying to get past Dexter.
in the Lesmo, which he did. I wonder if Dexter's struggling. Stop and go for Blue Mosquito. Is that for speeding in the pits?
That's exactly what that's for, yeah. Speeding in the pit lane is what you get a stop go 30-second for. So Blue Mosquito's going to find himself tumbling down the order. So PQ's making his way back through the order. Now the pit stops have ironed themselves out after that early coming together. An early pit stop. He's back up inside the top 10. Can he close the gap on Cablo? Dex is just behind Khalifa. Khalifa, of course, his teammate who has taken his pit stop. Dex in 7th. I'm really confused. I could have sworn I saw Dex coming to the pits. But anyway, Khalifa's in 6th. Gamble back out in 5th. Art Connor in the Aston. What a drive from him, Jess. He is back up to 4th. Flying from
up to 3rd.
What a recovery. Back on the podium. And Milden, how's that for timing? He's closed over half a second on that last lap. He's now only a second off the back of Carmentalist. So you're right. Even if he does take the win here, it's going to still be championship to Carmentalist. But these gals are all racers, and another race win, especially if it's Carmentalist that you're beating, would certainly look lovely, I'm sure, on Milden's resume. So we can certainly expect him to go all out to get the win, and he is definitely closing. Definitely closing. Like I say, 5.8 seconds as they came into the pits. Now 1.1 seconds, 2 laps after they come out the pits, charging through the Lesmos. Dex is into the pits now then. There we go. My brain's rewrited itself. Bit of deja vu. Dex is in the pits. Gunnar Gamble's closing as well on Art Connor. So there's going to be more last lap. We've got 34 minutes of this still to go. But Gunnar and Art Connor look like they could be in for an all-British affair when the Aston Martin and McLaren get close together. But of course Milden and Carmentalist just eagerly waiting at the timing board update. How much quicker has Milden gone? His last lap was a 1:49 flat, and Carmentalist's last lap was a 1:49.5. What will we see this time from our main championship protagonist? 1:48.9, 1:48.6, 3/10 is what Milden has just gained on that last lap. And yeah, I'm looking from an overhead shot at the McLaren, and you can definitely see, oh, it doesn't matter what camera you're using now, that Bentley is filling it. So there we go, the gap now down to less than a second. Floppy Fox giving a shout out, but unlucky there for Blue Mosquito. It certainly was. Certainly was. The championship though. Carmentalist has done exactly what he needs to do. SOP Milden has done everything he can do. Get himself up as high onto the podium as he can. And he's doing his best to get himself onto the very top spot. 32 minutes of late night Monza action. This could be some of the finest you've ever seen. And it is for serious points. Milden is going to absolutely wrap up second place in the championship, and flying from really has been flying. He is going to very much hold on to 3rd position if it stays as is. It's a very big if. A very big if at Monza with 32 minutes to go and track temperatures at 14 degrees. Coming through Ascari, you can see how much better the Bentley is on those curves. Just absolutely cruises over them, no problem whatsoever. Mentalist gets a good run though out of Ascari this time. So he's stretching that out, and he's on for a very quick time as well. There the Bentley closing the gap once again into Parabolica. Long right-hander, seemingly never-ending acceleration zone, hanging on to that steering wheel, trying to pull the car over to the right, get across that start-finish line to sneak a bit of slipstream from the Ferrari back marker.
Of Shadow Lancer, 29.
Oh, that was Shadow Lancer, yeah. Camel Babble's in the pits. SP Cool's back in the pits as well. Let's see what damage he's done there. 1:48.6 for Carmentalist on that last lap. Oh, wow.
Milden is looking very good. I think Carmentalist might have made a bit of a mistake there. Bring it on. And I know this battle may end Mentalist being a champion, but Milden still wants to take glory anyway with this race victory. Goes to the right-hand side of turn 4. This could get interesting. Carmentus, I do believe he's going to hold on just about. But my Milden definitely getting a challenge. And I believe Shadow has cut the corner, so he will have a slap on the wrist. Unfortunately, if he gets any more track limit warnings, then he will get a drive-through penalty, which is something you do not want. Milden has dropped a little bit on Carmentalist now. 9/10 now is the gap, so I wonder.
Connor on Gunnar Gamble.
Connor on Gunnar Gamble. If you just give me a moment. 5th position.
That's pretty close as well, yeah. Connor was giving it a bit of a light flash there, so I think he's got his hands full trying to get this overtake done. But the Aston Martin is definitely keen to do so. We're going to come into Ascari once again. 24th time of asking. 30 minutes left of the race. 30 minutes left to decide the final championship standings. Connor and Gamble are definitely looking to get as many points as they can. The Aston swings it round through the right over the left. Oh, and he has a bit of a wiggle on the exit there. And that's going to drop him time then. 3 laps of building. And he's just lost a good 3 or 4 tenths there, just with that little wiggle. It's amazing how much your exit speed is vital to getting yourself a decent lap. Shadow Lancer comes into the pits from 11th, drops down to 12th as Blair Grills. Goes straight on through. Can Art close the gap there? No, 1.6. There you go, 4 tenths of a second. That wiggle on the exit of Ascari has just cost Art Connor. He's got plenty of time to rebuild and try and catch back up again. He's definitely closing that gap. He's really going to need to keep it nice and smooth if he's going to get there and get the overtake done. Moscow Zero Wing. I wonder if Carmentalist has 1 or 2 clicks. He doesn't have the top end like the Lambo or Milden's Bentley. SOP kill, such a shame. Locked up going into turn 1 before I can slow down to make the gap go back up to 4 seconds. It gives me a drive-through. Oof.
Ah.
Served and then done my mandatory stop and it loaded tyres again.
I believe that's his race over then. What a shame for SOP Kull. Another person that could have got a podium today. Oh, we just seem to be cursing every driver left, right and centre. It's like Evil Dragon cursing the amount of drivers he goes on board with.
I think it's just the curse of Monza.
Yes, it is the curse of Monza, and plus it's overnight as well. So
that is.
It's quite difficult to race overnight. So, Kull, hopefully we will see you again for season 2, my friend, because we would love to have you again. Who knows, you could be challenging Milden and Carmentalist again. We really do hope you do. Let's watch Connor as he's chasing down Gunnar Gamble for 4th place right now. He's not going to get a podium, Connor, but he could climb up massive positions in the championship, and Kull is saying that he will take part in season 2. That is great to hear, Kull. We can't wait to see you racing again in season 2. I'll definitely be watching you with nosy eyes, I would have to say. And great it's a hard saying, I don't know. But shame to end your season on a bad note, but you get to root on for your SOP teammate of Milden, because you never know, anything could happen. And Carmentalist must not, and I repeat, not become complacent, because we've seen in Monza before, we've seen in Silverstone the trial events what happened. Just saying with Ben Gallagher. He was leading the race for Silverstone for quite a bit in our first ever event. Then he binned it and he lost it. So the championship is still not over by any shape or imagination. So Milden must not give up, because the championship could still be his if he puts his mind to it. 27 minutes left to go on the clock. We've got...
It's having a nosy, actually, I tell you. Milden is very, very close coming through Parabolic. In fact, they're practically bumper to bumper. He's going to get a better line on exit, although the McLaren keeps it tighter. They're going to come shooting along the start-finish straight. And it looks like Milden's on to set a personal best in the race. Carmental's 148.6, Milden 148.2. So he's gone 4 tenths quicker, and I tell you what, that's invited him straight into the slips. He was coming to slips in early time, not to make a move at the turn one at the seam, although on the brakes.
He is going to go for a move, maybe get for a switch back. Oh, that was close. That was close from Milden. That was almost a slide there from the SAP driver, but he's still hanging in there.
Yep, we've got Shadow Lancer. Well, there we go, just popping past there. He's in 13th position, getting out of the way very quickly indeed. So that was a personal best lap there for Milden. So he really is on a charge to win this race. He's just done a 148.2. So not far off the qualifying time. And as I say, 14-degree track temperature is ideal to get these things absolutely flying around this course. The way Carmental's been hats off to him. Again, what a drive from him. I mean, we talk about everyone else carving their way through the field and stuff. He lost the lead of the race, lap after lap after lap, gets it back on lap 14, and now he's soaking up the pressure from Milden in a car which is not supposed to do well around here. So, again, just goes to show you the level of talent that Carmentalist is putting on there to keep a hold of this race win. And this, again, goes to show you, he could easily just, yeah, you know what, Milden, let him pass. Even if Milden wins and Carmentalist comes second, he still takes the championship, but they're going to battle it right down, coming into Parabolica. Milden looking for a way past, Carmentalist pops it right in the middle of the road, the braking zone. They're going to be neck and neck, nose to nose. No, they're not. Milden backs out of it. Is he going to try for a tighter line? He takes the tighter line this side. The McLaren, ooh, running very close to the edge of the track. Milden galloping onto the back then. Carmentalist moves straight over to break the slipstream. Going to have to do what you can there. Both of them. Again, Milden a tenth of a second quicker there on that last lap. This really is a titanic struggle between the two main protagonists in the title. 12 points separate them after the man in front has taken 3 wins from the 4 races. Milden took the other win. In fact, it was the race 1 win as well. Both of them on the podium for every race so far, and you can clearly see why. They've got 10 seconds ahead of Flying Throne. Didn't have big damage. Flying Throne really was a contender to win this race, make absolutely no mistakes of that. And it will be interesting to see his car choice and how he gets on in season 2. But Milden and Carmental are still battling out for the final honours here in the inaugural season here at OneHub, and both are running a bit wide on the exit. The temperature's still sitting at a nice 14 degrees. 23 minutes left on the race. Can Milden? Cool is saying that Milden says his car is feeling mega. Well, yeah, there's certainly proof of that on screen at the moment. I mean, look how close he is keeping up. And I tell you what, again, coming out with Scary, the McLaren's got a good run, but so has the Bentley this time. Oh, pops out, has a look, pops back in. The control on the brakes there, unbelievable. Both men with a good exit. Oh, and I tell you what, that's very close to a slap on the wrist here. You'll maybe get a warning. Well, not a full warning. Maybe get a slight slap on the wrist for that one. More epic times, identical times. They've just put in pretty much identical lap times. 28 laps into this, and they can still be separated by no more than half a second. This is the big one. Don't even know what's happening the further down the field. This is far too interesting. Flying Throne is dropping off as well. So I wondered if these two being so close would maybe hamper their pace, but it's not. They're actually stretched the gap by another second on Flying Throne in third. He's still looking very good to take that podium position, though Art Connor might still yet get the move done on Gunnar Gamble for 4th position. But it is this battle up at the front that is just not going to be decided any time soon. I mean, even if the Bentley does get past the McLaren, can the Bentley hold on to that first position with the McLaren being so expertly guided by Carmentalist so far? 28 laps in, Jess, we said at the start of this it was going to come right down to the final checkered flag, and seriously, don't think we could be said wrong. Oh, but a flash of the lights here for Milden. He's now getting the game playing as well, doing anything he can to try and force a mistake. Oh, he's made a bit of a mistake there, so it is the McLaren off and running, so he's not going to be as close as this time into turn 1. I tell you what, Jess, this one is coming alive. I mean, who are you putting your money on to take home the checkered flag? I mean, Carmental, the way he's driving, it's going to be hard push to get him down to 4th. But the final checkered flag here, can Milden get himself another race win, or is Carmental going to take 4 or 5?
Well, we don't know. It's just hit midnight in a game, so everyone is driving in the midnight air at the moment. But Corey is not racing, but he's turned from driver to engineer right now. He is now Milden's engineer, and he has had word from the driver himself, Mr. Milden, that his car in the Bentley is feeling mega right now. He's pushing to the limits, he says. So bring it on, Milden, because I think, I don't know. I think I'm going to go bold. I think Milden's going to take it. If he thinks that his car feels mega, I think he's got this. But it's going to, yeah, and I agree with Colin, sorry. This is going to be one hell of an ending. So whatever you're doing, do not tune out. Do not press the cross button. Don't close your tab. No. I can see what you're doing. Don't close the tab. No, just keep it on this. This is OneHubRacing on Twitch. As Milden's off spit time. No. So I probably jinxed him. Sorry, Connor, Milden and Kill. But yeah, make sure you follow us on Twitch if you haven't already, because I know a few of you don't follow. We're almost on 200 followers, 30 followers to go. That'll be great. Also subscribe to us on YouTube as well, where we upload pretty much all of our Twitch streams that we stream on there, as well as stream some of our F1 tiers on there too. And also you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at OneHubRacing, and also join us on Discord. And Milden is struggling with the curb stumping, as what Floppy Fox has been saying. Crazy. I'm sorry that we're not following everybody else right now. It's just everybody else is just not involved in any battles, so we can't follow them really. It's down between Carmental and Milden right now. It's crazy that a few people are locked down. And wait a minute, am I reading things right? Stop the count. Cam is in P8. I am not saying anything right now, but yeah, Cam's P8.
Yeah, I'd love to see that there. Yeah, Cam is P8. ERT Josh making a debut appearance tonight. He's in 9th. His teammate Dex is in 10th as well. I did think Art Connor was going to get a move done on Gunnar Gamble. It was because I was reading the timing board incorrectly. It's actually Connor who's coming under pressure from Khalifa. So Khalifa and the Mercedes is certainly coming alive in the second stint of the race. Now they're all out of the pits. 1.3 seconds he has gotten that gap down to. So he's taken a fair chunk of change per lap out of Connor. Like I say, did look like he was going to be charging down Gunnar Gamble. But Gunnar now 5 seconds up the road. It's looking like he's got a firm grip on that 4th position. Especially if Connor can start sticking his nose, especially if Khalifa, can start sticking his nose into Connor's affairs. And it looks like that could be sooner rather than later. 17 minutes left to go for the drivers to get the final points haul of the season. And it is Carmentalist still cruising away then. 1.1 seconds now the gap to Milden. Car feeling great. He's going to have to get the foot down. 12-second gap back to Flying Chrome in 3rd. Gunnar Gamble 4th. Art Connor in 5th. And we're on board with 6th placed man ERT Khalifa, the lead ERT driver in the race this evening. And he's taking another 2 tenths there as they come through the Ascari entry timing board. On the exit, can he get it to less than 7 tenths as across the start finish line? If he does, he's definitely on target for being within. Oh, there we go. Oh, that, never mind, that was the Ferrari getting out of the way. I wonder what happened there, but Shadow Lancer just popping himself out of the way. Currently lapping himself in 13th position. Khalifa comes across the line. Ho, Jess. He's not only got to within the 7 tenths, yeah, that's 5 tenths. And coming into turn 1, it's on between these two.
Yes, it is. It is on between these two. Khalifa is matching similar paces to what's around him. So, to be honest, Khalifa could be on for his best result of the season. Podium may not be in reach right now, but he could be on to climb his way up the championship a bit better than what he is currently at the moment. So, before this race, he's currently sitting in P8 on 19 points. So, I think he would jump. I think he would be ahead of Floppy Fox then, in probably, and Camo Babo, so he'll be 6th position in the standings if things stay as they are. But it is all so close between this midfielder, Connor, Dexter, Floppy Fox, Camo Babo and Khalifa. Camo Babo has retired, Floppy Fox is not racing, so we also got Kuhl in this midfield battle as well as Goody Gamble and Cablo, so... Oh my, I'm looking forward to the end of this. Do not go anywhere. I want this to go. I wish, John, you know what I wish? I wish it was a 90-minute race.
Yeah, but I'm not sure many of the drivers would
I know, but I wanted 90 minutes.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, an hour and a half. It certainly would have made the fuel strategy a lot more interesting for the drivers as well. Cool saying that Milden's almost in DRS range, 1.6 seconds now. The gap, Carmentalist is stretching those legs out in front. And Khalifa was amazing on the brake, so if he does get close, yeah, really watch him. Yeah, the Mercedes, like the Lamborghini, definitely close again, half a second. So exactly the same gap, gives the lights a flash, tries to put his adversary off as they come into turn one. He's going to have to be really amazing on the brakes if he's going to pull the move here. He needs to just get a nice clean turn one and get a great exit and try and get onto the back. Just hanging there for the long straights. They'll come through the time board again. Milden and Carmentalist have just gone through. Carmentalist finding another 2/10 on Milden then. Khalifa finding the flasher button once again. Aston Martin left and right there. Comes into braking, so looking what's close to the Mercedes is getting right on his rear bumper then. Both of them get a good exit through turns 4 and 5. The lights still flashing from the Mercedes. Reminding the Aston Martin driver just how close he's getting coming through the Lesmos into the right hander. Ooh, had a look there, the Mercedes. Look at trying to force the defensive move from the Aston Martin. And so I'm going to be honest, it's not often you see drivers looking to defend too early in these situations. I think the Aston driver giving him a little light flash as well. You're going to need to stay in the slipstream longer than that if you want to get this move done. Going into Ascari. Closes up under the brakes as well. So you really can use the braking zone to close that gap and force himself. Oh, Jess. Oh, yes. Carmentalist has just made up 1.1 seconds on the race leader. So, Carmentalist, sorry, I've just jumped all over myself there. Carmentalist last lap was 149.2.
You mean Milden?
Milden, sorry, I do mean Milden. There you go. That's
I got a bit confused. Wait, I thought you meant Milden took the lead there, but no, Milden's found 7/10 on Carmentalist.
Well, he did a 1 minute 48.4 on his last lap, Milden, and Carmentalist's last lap was a 149.2. So Milden almost did, was still only 2/10 off his quickest race lap so far. And yeah, and his quickest race lap so far is actually 3/10 quicker than Carmentalist's quickest race lap. The main difference you will see here though is a lot less mistakes made by Carmentalist. Not putting anything on Milden. Obviously he's driving really quickly, but we have seen him made a couple of mistakes. Carmentalist's season has been highlighted by not only quick but consistent drives. This is how you get to the end of races, and I'll tell you what, Carmentalist is responding in kind. He is about to take the lap record here, I think.
Yeah, I think so as well. He's almost, for goodness sake,
he's over 4/10 up.
He could be matching his quali pace. I swear he was a 48.1.
Yeah, quali was 48.1. If he gets a good exit here, wow, he's found more time through Parabolica.
I'm watching Milden's lap time to see, but I think he's going to be 4/10 down, so that would be a 1:48.
Oh, he's done it, 1:48.111.
Wow.
He's just set the quickest lap of the race and gone a couple of hundreds quicker than his qualifying time, so not too shabby a performance at all.
No.
I tell you what, if rain was involved, it would be amazing. Yes, it would. Jeez, game on then, says Colin Mason. There's Jigsaw with the Raven Remotes in the chat. How we doing, bud? Have you been racing tonight? It's Tuesday night. What have you been doing? You'll have been doing North's Life. Because, Ben, you do North's Life every day of the week.
James Lee!
Hey, thought that Scottish voice sounded familiar. Of course it does, Jamesy boy. How we doing, my man? Good to see ya. Remember the name James Lee, by the way. 16 years old, one of the quickest and most consistent and cleanest drivers on the planet. He is going to be a famous sim racer one day, and I've been promised his first ever signed T-shirt. So there we go.
Yeah, you never know, and you probably recognise another Scottish voice joking. I was in Scotland for like 2 days. I did some real life racing in the weekend in Larkhill Circuit. That was brilliant, and it was my first time in Scotland as well. Would love to go again. Glasgow's a nice city, it is, but I know people that are watching that live in Glasgow. They don't like it, but I like Glasgow. I would like to go back. So yeah, Scotland was a nice place. It took so long to get there, but anyway, enough about blabbling on about my go-karts. But yeah, race warm one, John. I do.
Yeah,
I
obviously.
I believe that's about the T-shirt.
Yeah. Race one. You're still only 15, James. That's right. Wow, that's even more heartbreaking. I'm 43 and he's got 84.
I'm 26, man. He's I think I'm 11 years older than him.
There
Jesus.
We go. And Jigs is saying he's not clean anymore, he's ruthless. Excellent, James. Excellent. Especially if you're putting Jigsaw and Kieran at the wall. Oh, I'll tell you what, Khalifa and Connor, sorry, I'm still watching about Milden's tyres have gone. We're getting an update from his race engineer, SOP Cool.
Thanks,
the tyres are gone there. 2.5 seconds is the gap there. Khalifa just coming past. Is that going to gamble in the McLaren, letting those two guys through? Really? 4th place? Okay.
All
so
right.
that just goes to show you the pace that Connor and Khalifa have got. Have they just overtaken Gamble?
Yeah, they have.
Oh, they've just overtaken him. What's happened there? Connor Gamble carrying a bit of damage there. That must have been an Ascari incident because they've just overtaken him through Parabolica.
Oh, we could have Khalifa going for a move soon.
I was going to say, so Khalifa has made up a position, only it's not at the expense of Art Connor and Aston Martin. It's the McLaren of Gunnar Gamble. So Khalifa could now be staring at a 4th position as he applies more pressure all the way through. You're not allowed to moan about your age at 27.
I'm
Colin,
26.
26, I completely agree. Oh, and
Khalifa!
Turn 4, on you go, Jess.
Here we go, Khalifa versus Connor. They've been battling throughout this whole race. Connor is doing a fantastic job with his defensive work at the moment, but Khalifa is the prancing horse. He doesn't want to let this one go. He wants to go on the attack on Connor. Khalifa is tenacious. He wants to get his best result of the season, and there's no stopping him as they go through the Lesmos right now. I wonder if Khalifa is going to be going on him next lap. Milden has decreased his gap, unfortunately, so the battle that we're going to be seeing is Khalifa versus Connor. Will go on board with ERT. Khalifa as they head towards the Ascari chicane. 8 minutes to go of this race. Sad times, bittersweet, but we haven't been short of action, which is great to see right now. So Khalifa is going in for the move. He's going for the charm offensive into the Parabolica. Couldn't quite do it. He's looking so good on the traction right now. So this could be Khalifa's to lose if he doesn't get this move done. Start, finish, straight he goes then. Oh, look at that speed in the Mercedes compared to the Aston Martin. This could be the move surely that Khalifa's looking for. With 7.5 minutes remaining of this race then. Khalifa to the left, Connor to the right into turn 1. This could be the move of the race that Khalifa's looking for. And he does it. Brilliant stuff for the Mercedes driver. Khalifa's up into 4th place. He's gained a lot of positions in this race. But you can see Connor right on the back of him, still charging forward to try and attack him. And this race is no longer over yet. His best lap was a 150.7. His best lap overall, Khalifa, was a 148.9, and he is 3/10 quicker than his previous, well, his best actually, his personal best. So he would be the 148.6. So Khalifa, he is gonna be one to watch for the end of this race. He is struggling through the Lesmos a little bit now, but that is a guy not to be underestimated, to be honest with you. But, as I say, Khalifa's just doing an incredible job right now. The lead ERT driver, don't forget ERT are sponsoring the Going Gets Tough award this season. Khalifa just gained 1.5 seconds on Art Connor. He's on a roll at the moment as Khalifa. I'm just going to stay on board with him because he's going to potentially go up on his previous best right now. So he's 3 temps up. He is flying right now. But Connor's gained a lot in his Scary Straight. But we'll see what Khalifa does. Let's hope he does not lose a bit of time on the Parabolica. He's lost a bit of time, but he's actually gained a bit of time, actually. Khalifa, could he get... I think he's going to get a 148.6? 148.5? Come on, Khalifa. 148.966. That was...
Still in the 48th. That's not too shabby.
That is not too shabby. And I think the green is from the last lap, not the best lap. Okay, I only just realised that. Sorry about that. I was getting hyped up for nothing.
No, so the lap is off your best lap, but if you come into the pits, that can sometimes mess up what it classes your best lap as.
Ah, right. I see.
Yes, so if you come out with the pits, it still times you against the wrong lap until you actually beat your lap. If you beat your lap when you come out the pits, it's one of those things. So yeah, that would have been showing his lap time prior to coming into the pits because he hasn't gone quicker since coming out the pits. Just to make the timing on this even more confusing. I tell you what, Dexter. Actually, has he got the move on a cam? Come on, have I just missed that?
Let's check the track map.
No, but he is very close.
He is very close. That could be it.
He is very close.
He is very close. I do believe Josh got past Cam though.
Yes,
quite a bit ago.
Yeah.
Josh is now up into 8th.
Well.
Josh is now up into 8th position. Not too shabby. Cablo up into 7th. Gunnar Gamble up into 6th. Oh my goodness. I'm going to find it so hard to pick a driver of the day tonight. I don't know who I think should get the last one. It's so close. A lot of these drivers have been putting in their best ever performance so far this season. And what a way to do it in the season finale to end all finales. So incredible stuff. So Gunnar Gamble doing quite well as well. Shadow up into 12th. Did he get past Blue Mosquito recently, or did Blue Mosquito lose it? I don't know. But Shadow is up to 12. He's not last. The finishers at the moment, he's in 12th. So great job from Shadow at the moment. He's probably pretty happy that he's not last at the moment. Probably a similar attitude to me at this moment in time, as the track temperature has decreased by 1. Same as the air temperature. It was 14 a moment ago. Now it's 13. So expect the lap times to be even quicker and quicker. And Carmentelis is just a few laps away of being crowned the inaugural OneHubRacing ACC champion. And what a feat that would be. He would join the likes of Janel, Louis, the ones who won OneHubRacing championships in the past on the F1 games. He will be the first to be crowned an ACC champion, and you'll have a nice graphic to go with it as well. I believe this will be the penultimate lap for our race leader. Yes, it will be the penultimate lap. So 2 more laps to go for Carmentelis, Milden, Flying Throne, Khalifa as well, I think, and Connor and Gunnar Gamble. I think everybody else is, going to be a lap down. So, and I have to say, I'm very glad it's Kate. I was not expecting it to get to the end with this short of a season, but Carmentelis and Milden have been performing absolutely brilliantly. I'm sure Milden was not expecting to win the championship tonight, so I'm sure he'll be happy with 2nd position, but Carmentelis could still make a mistake in these last few minutes. Milden is just still holding on, because you never know what might happen. We've been using Murrayisms without realising at times, so that's quite interesting. And I have to say, unless Khalifa has an off, Khalifa will have 4th place in the bag, as he's increased the gap to another 1.5 seconds, so now he's 2.3 a second clear of Connor now. I want to see let me just go on board to see his lap time. Give me a second. 148.9 still, but he's consistently in the 150s, but he's lapping so much quicker compared to Connor right now, so he's not doing too shabby. Not doing too shabby at all, my friend Khalifa. But anyway, I believe Carmentis will cross the line for the penultimate time. Oh, is that Dexter?
Oh, yeah, Dex has just got the moved on Josh.
He did, so Dexter...
Yeah, so the teammates swapping positions, but Josh looks like he's not too happy at letting the boss through.
No,
and
he's not.
The leaders starting the final lap, exit to Parabolica. It is game on for Dex, but the Mercedes showing what it can do in a straight line, and that is a lot. And it can certainly do more over the curbs than the Ferrari. They're going to be side by side going into turn one. Big decision. Josh pulls back into line then. Will he retake that position before the end of the lap? Oh, and he's not had the best of exits, and I'll tell you what, that could be that one signed, sealed and delivered. Dex, I tell you, it's going to be, yeah, can't see him making a mistake at this stage now. So there we go, gets the move done on teammate ERT Josh, who was of course making his debut this evening. And yeah, top 10 finish, not too bad at all considering the field we've got here. So yeah, really well done. And yeah, Josh, Dex up to 8th. Carmentis on his last lap though, sorry, I'm just looking through to see if there's anybody else that was close. Josh and Dexter are still quite close, but yeah, Carmentis on his final lap, 375 minutes of racing.
Let's get the helicopter view. Let's get the helicopter view. Let's go, people. Here it is. Yes. Anyway, over to you, John.
Yeah, just coming on to Parabolica for the 41st time of asking. 75-minute race this evening. This will be his 4th win from 5 and his 5th trip to the podium in a 5-race series. Keep it clean, keep it quick, keep it consistent. Keep your head when all others around you are losing theirs. Whether it be nighttime, whether it be rain, Carmentis has reigned supreme, and he will be crowned a very deserving OneHub inaugural ACC champion. And there we see, joining him with the flashing lights in the Bentley, a very, very, very worthy 2nd in the race and a 2nd in the championship. He's SOP Milden, bringing home the honours. The 2nd spot. He'll get a bottle of champagne as well, and he will take 2nd in the championship. And the man on the charge towards the 2nd half of the season, it is the Lamborghini pilot that is flying from a 3rd trip to the podium, and that will secure him 3rd place in the championship, Jess. Right down to the final checker flag, like we said, but flying from SOP Milden, and the man of the moment, Carmentis, taking the top 3 honours in this amazing series of races.
And the top 3 in the championship, finishing 1, 2, 3 in a race. In that order. That makes things easier for maths, doesn't it, John?
It certainly does. It certainly does.
Guna Gamble is coming across the line in a respectful P6 for Cabello. Will be getting his best result of the season as long as he doesn't bin it. So he'll be taking some well-deserved points. Good job for him. His pace has been incredible today. I'm sure he'll be very impressed with that. Has hardly had any trouble today, actually. Hardly had any incidents. I'm sure Cabello will be happy with that. Dexter 8th, Josh 9th, Cam 10th, Blair Grills in 11th, and Shadow will come across the line in 12th position, and that is your order. And like we said earlier, Carmentis is your inaugural OneHubRacing ACC champion, and no one could be able to get that title. It all belongs to Carmentis, and we'll have to wait and see who gets crowned the Season 2 champion when we start that. Well, we don't know when we're starting with that, to be honest. You have to wait and see. Keep an eye out on Twitter at OneHubRacing, because we will be in for a cracker indeed. So hopefully we can get the top. Well, it is fitting that we get our championship prize winners, because the top 3 do get prizes in this league. So flying, I need to actually remember what the prizes are. So I'll need to get it up. Drivers. So third place belongs to Flying Frame provisionally, of course. He will be getting either a £5 PlayStation voucher or Amazon voucher, along with a third place trophy. Second place belonging to Milden, definitely confirmed at this point. He gets a £15 PSN or Amazon voucher with a second place trophy. And the big one, Car Mentalist, your ACC champion, gets a whopping £25 PSN or Amazon voucher. And the winner's trophy you can't get anywhere else. Incredible stuff. Let's see if anyone... Come on. We got to get at least our champion into the box. Come on. Car Mentalist, get your butt in here. But before we do that, we got to pick our driver of the day. And the question for the very last time of asking. And it's going to be difficult. But, John, I'm going to pass the baton on to you like I did last week, because I don't want to nick it, because I felt mean nicking Dexter a few weeks ago. Who is your driver of the day, and what would you like to ask him?
It's got to be Car Mentalist, really.
I was not expecting you to pick him.
Yeah, you know what? There's a couple of drivers down. You do like the drivers that have made their way back from it, but the pressure he had on his shoulders coming in here to take pole position, to battle his way. I mean, he didn't have an easy run of it. He was behind the Lamborghini lap after lap, and then he had a Bentley breathing down his neck for the second stint of the race. So I think to handle that and to bring that home all the way, I think Car Mentalist would have to be my driver of the day there. Question to ask which stint was more difficult? Being behind the Lamborghini or being in front of the Bentley? I'll try not to ask him that if he jumps into the interview box.
Yeah, exactly. Well, to be honest, I'm glad you picked Car Mentalist, because I wasn't going to pick him anyway.
Excellent.
You're probably going to guess who I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick Khalifa. He's got his best result of the season, made some fantastic moves. I actually need to remember where his best result was before this. Let me get the standings up on... if it'll let me get the standings up on the drive. I actually need to find out what is best. I think his best finish was 7th, I think, or 6th. Because he always seemed to get involved in incidents. But today, he was showing that he's not. So let me just look. Khalifa... his best result was 6th in round 2. So, and he didn't race last week, I believe. Nope, he did not race last week. So, he's got his best result of 4th. Well deserved. And my question for Khalifa is going to be, how hard was it to hold off the likes of Connor for the later stages of this race? And are you going to carry on this form into Season 2? And I would like to congratulate him for his best result of the season by a mile. 4th place. The best ERT driver on the grid today. Incredible. So, let's just see.
We've got Milden on standby.
I want to get Car Mentalist in. Come on. I want to get Car Mentalist in. So, and Car Mentalist has got a nice treat waiting for him, because a tweet will be coming up later with a fancy graphic showing his achievements. So, watch out, Car Mentalist. Oh, Frame is in there as well. Should we do Frame first, third to first?
Go for it.
So I'll let you do the interviews as normal. So Frame is going to be dragged in. There he
Good
is.
evening then. As Jess was saying, we're going to do the podium in reverse order, and it was the
championship, third to first
as well. And the championship as well, the championship as well. The man I was backing before the start of the race to pull a surprise and potentially win it, because he's been on a charge the second half of this season. He found himself leading the race in the first half of the race. Heartbreak kicked in. Comes home with a podium though, 3rd podium of the season, 3rd place Flying Frome in the Lamborghini. You got 3rd place in the championship, you got a podium, so under normal circumstances I would obviously be congratulating you, saying you must be feeling amazing. but the race win was so cool. I mean,
Not feeling too amazing after that one.
oh,
No, I don't think I'd have won anyway, to be honest. I think Carmen and Liss were just sort of biding his time. He seemed to, I couldn't really pull away from him. And obviously, he was thinking of a championship, I'm sure, so he's not going to throw any daft, crazy moves when he doesn't need to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, once he passed me, actually, when you're in cockpit view in these cars, sometimes I was following in the next lap and everything was fine. And I went into a Ascari and all I can see is the rear end of his car because I was so close and I couldn't see curbs on the way in and I clattered into them and just lost my rear end. So, pretty frustrating. But yeah, I don't know. I had 7 or 8 seconds of damage, but when I came out, I think those two up front, they even though I were pushing, they were still pulling away a little anyway. So yeah, third's about where I probably would have finished. So not too disappointed, but yeah, a bit frustrating to lose a race like that.
Yeah, it certainly was. And I mean, it was how much pressure were you feel like you felt like he was biding his time there a bit? So the first stint feel like a bit like cat and mouse, but still the win was there for the taking. Obviously, your pit strategy was massively influenced by that dent. Was there how much damage was it you had to get sorted out?
I think it was 7 or 8 seconds. So
okay, that's
yeah. I figured obviously it affects your straight line speed. So around
Yeah.
Monza, I thought you best. I didn't pit to. I think I was like 45 minutes left to go when I pitted, so it's only sort of 7 or 8 minutes early. So tyres were fine in the second stint. So yeah, just I didn't feel that much pressure because, like I say, I think he probably had one eye on championship, and he's obviously not going to pull a stupid move. And then when he did, I left him loads of space, and he will leave him plenty of space. So yeah, I think, like I say, the win were a bit out of touch, but P2 might have been thereabouts. But I don't think even before I spun, I think Milden were catching us anyway because while we were battling, we were getting a bit slower. So I think he were only a few seconds behind. So as I say, I think P3 is about right.
Yeah, not bad overall. I mean, as far as the season goes, 3 podiums in the last 3 races, taking third overall in the championship with the strength of drivers that we've seen in the courses. We've had rain, we've had night time. Overall, you must be pretty pleased, to be honest, if you've got the taking third place in the championship and bagging yourself some tasty little prizes as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think I came into it. I knew a few guys were quick, and then I saw some SOPs at the start of people's name, and I thought, oh god, they'll probably be really quick as well. So yeah, I was kind of thinking top 5 would be nice, and then especially because we had a wet race, the Lambo's a disaster in rain. So to get P3 end of season, yeah, I'm pretty ecstatic with that. Anything above sort of 5th and 6th, I'd have been happy. So yeah, good season.
Yeah, definitely. Jess, any questions for our third placed driver?
And third place in the championship. I'm going to probably start to ask most of these guys, what are you going to do with the gift card? Are you going to choose PlayStation or Amazon? And out of the two, what are you going to do with it?
Do I get a gift card?
Yeah, you get.
I didn't know I got a gift card.
You get third place for £5, either PlayStation or Amazon. So what are you going to do with it?
Beautiful. Probably just stick it on PSN and add it to a game or something. I've just got a PS5 and I don't actually have any games yet, so I could do with buying one.
ACC free upgrade in February.
Is it free? Nothing's free.
No, it is free upgrade. PlayStation 5, ACC, watch this space.
Yeah.
There we go.
Looking forward to that one.
And you'll have a nice trophy coming your way as well. So there we go.
Beautiful.
Yes. There you go. That's we treat our drivers who win with a lot of respect, and they don't walk away empty-handed. So it's all good. Congratulations on your third place flying through.
Thank you.
Are you doing next season?
Yeah, definitely, but not in that car. I'm definitely having a change, I think.
And what car? Are you not going to tell us yet?
Anything with a front engine, I'm not bothered.
Well,
in that case, away you go.
Anyway, congratulations. Celebrate with the champagne, and brilliant result today, even with that comeback. So well done.
And thanks for the comms all season. It's been really, really good to listen back to them. It's been great.
You're probably going to enjoy watching this one back then.
Cheers, bud. Yeah.
I don't know. I ended up in a wall.
Yeah.
I'm not watching
Yeah,
this.
we caught the back of that. So
We did
Oh,
unfortunately catch the back of that. But listen, that's racing. Every second on track is a learning experience. And if you can come
True.
out with it with
Very
a third
true.
place, happy days.
Yep.
So yes, congratulations once again to flying from third place in the inaugural ACC One Hub season. Shall we move on then, Jess? I think SOP milled in, the man in the Bentley. We're going to have to call him Captain Comeback, I think. The way he likes to get himself back up into the thick of things. And here he is, the Bentley driver himself, master of the comeback. Second in the race this evening and second in the championship overall. 5 races, 5 trips to the podium, and one of those a win as well. Still must be a little bit bittersweet though, but yeah, time for celebration, Milden. Second tonight and second overall.
Yeah, I can't complain at all. Aim was like top 5, and Hungary and tonight was mega. We were just literally on the edge all the time, absolutely flat out, and it just took one big mistake and one of us would have had it in the bag. And in the end, it was a lot of little ones, I think. And it was a mega race. But congratulations to Carl Mentis, first of all. Totally deserved it. With win 4 races, you definitely deserve it.
Yeah.
And sorry to Flying Froome because that guy was flying literally.
He really was. I actually said at the start of the stream several times, and I keep bringing it up, that he was definitely one to watch in that Lambo. He's been flying the second half of the season. That's his 3rd podium in 3 races. So, yeah, he's definitely going to be one to watch in the console going forward. You didn't qualify in a position that would have filled you with much hope. I don't imagine there was some really, really, really seriously quick times going in there in that first stint. How do you think your first stint played out? And yeah, a bit of the rub of the green there, like you were saying, with Flying Froome dropping that out of position. So yeah, up until the pit stop, how did you feel it was going?
To be fair, I was quite, I felt confident because I could see the guys at the front fighting. I was behind Dean, going to gamble. And after last week, I was being careful. But eventually I got alongside him a couple of times and I had to back out one, but the second time I wasn't backing out of it. We were both alongside each other into a Ascari. I think we banged doors from what Sean has told me afterwards. And I had to get through. And then I just started chipping away at the leaders. And I knew that if I got close, that Carl Mentis would try and make a move and get past. But all the time that wasn't close, he would just sit there. So I just needed to get up there and try and put some pressure and trying to make him make a move. And then honestly, I was gutted actually went through crash because I wanted him in the battle. So, but the first stint was mega.
Yeah, it really was. And then into the pits, out with the pits, you were 5.8 seconds behind coming into the pits. Coming out with the pits, you were 1.6 seconds behind. Did that surprise you?
It's
shocked.
probably because I slowed down before the pit stop that it got so high, but I gained about 3 tenths in the pit stop according to my delta. But the pit stop was perfect as well. Nailed it right on the stop, and I couldn't do any more. Like I say, I gained about 3 tenths through that. But it's just mad after that. It was just literally on the edge every single lap.
Yeah, and you really were. I mean, you put your quickest race lap in, right towards the end. But at 48.2, and just as we were waxing lyrical about you saying that, Carl Mentis come along and did a 148.1.
Yeah. Guy's just got no heart, has he?
It's just none at all. None whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, then I was just trying harder and harder and just making little mistakes, and the gap was like 2-3 tenths. I was losing 2 tenths here, 2 tenths there, and it was just, it was going to happen, I suppose. Yeah,
we really did have a strong finish, but so did you. I mean, overall, in the grand scheme of things, losing to Carl Mentis, is that really a loss? Don't think so. But over the 5 weeks, 5 trips to the podium and a race win under your belt. As things go, as you're saying, you were hoping for a top 5. 2nd position, trophies, gift cards, and a lot of adoration from 2 very excitable commentators. Surely it's been a decent season, you would say?
Yeah, thanks to you guys for that. But, and thanks for doing the commentary. And and I'm obviously paying you enough for all that. So, check will be in the post. It won't bounce, I promise.
Excellent. The last one
made-
did, by the way, just saying.
It was made of rubber, that's why.
The one.
But yeah, no shame in losing to Car Mentalist, and I ran him close a couple of times. So that's all you can really ask, I think, of what I do. So
Yeah, onwards and upwards. Jess, I know you've got some questions for SOP Milden, our second placed driver. Have at it.
Well, I got a couple actually. I'll start off with one of them. If there was a race where I feel you feel you could have improved on this season, what would it be and why? What would you think would have got you extra points?
Zolder, 100%. I think I had some really good pace there. Coming from 14th or 15th up to third. When you're in the back, in the gravel, turn 2, you've lost 20 seconds already. So it was that, and I guess Hungary, some regrets there. I think it's another one I could have won, really. But overall, like John said, there's no reason to be upset with second place and winning a race and being on the podium every single time. It's a tough field. I know there's some different speeds in the field, but there's 4 or 5 that are really, really fast. So yeah, I'm pleased.
Yes, and what are you going to do with the £15 PlayStation or Amazon voucher then?
Oh, let's see. What can I do? I could buy a Ferrari model for John. Or what do you want, Jess? I could split it half between you.
You throw me on the spot there, Milden. I don't know. But and you're going to get a nice trophy with that as well, which...
all you need to do, if you're going to buy a model Ferrari, don't be doing any silly like me. Just put it someplace where you can see it when you're driving to inspire you to greatness, Milton. That's what you need to do. So there we go. Amazon voucher, model Ferrari. And if you want to, just stick a number 77 on it.
That's very specific, actually.
That's actually Bottas.
Yeah, there we go. That's the year I was born. So there you go. You can have me as a little inspiration in the corner. Not creepy at all, I promise.
Put some wings on it, so it's a wingman car.
That's the one. Superb. Milden, it's been an absolute pleasure watching your race. It's been a pleasure having you in interview boxes afterwards as well. And again, congratulations on taking second place, which, let's face it, it's first place just without Car Mentalist, because he has alien pace.
You're best of the rest, Milden.
Yeah,
it's the first. It's the first of the humans, isn't it? And then you got the alien.
Exactly.
I wonder what commenters will be thinking about that.
Indeed. Oh, he's definitely alien pace. Like, you can't deny it. If he tries to, he will get shut down very quickly, I'm telling you. That is Milden. Let us get his tickets there. Definitely time to get our series champion in. 5 trips to the podium. 5 of them on the very, very, very top spot. They said the McLaren doesn't really work well at Monza. Well, Car Mentalist handed over his cappuccino. We all held it, and he put in some unbelievable laps to take yet another race win and be crowned series champion. Car Mentalist. That is a big grin you've got ear to ear right now. Tell the truth.
It's a big grin and a lot of sweat. Fair to say that I think I was overheating, my PlayStation was overheating, my wheel was overheating, it's boiling hot.
John's was overheating as well earlier on.
Mine overheated twice and shut down.
So he had to rely on my stream for a little bit.
Yeah. So it was it was an interesting one. And to say it was an interesting one on track, I mean, the qualifying, right down to the wire, you go and pop in your usual alien time, had us all in suspenders once again, and started the race in pole position. Exactly what you needed to do. What you didn't need was a Lamborghini popping his nose in front and the chasing pack keeping it close. That first stint, how was that for you? Frome reckoned that you might have just been biding your time looking for a mistake. Did he have you back at rights? Were you in under a bit of pressure there? Was the race win looking a bit dodgy?
There was a lot of things going on. Well, with the qualifying for a start, I think I could have gone probably close to half a second faster, but it was quite warm. The track conditions in qualifying, obviously compared to the race, it was a completely different circuit. And I think I just didn't adjust my tyre pressures well enough for that. So by the time I'd got halfway around my second lap on the tyres, my rear tyres were were ballooning really and overheating, so I just wasn't getting the traction. So I could have gone faster, but didn't work out that way. Still got pole anyway, which was good, even though it was incredibly close. And then, the battle with Flying Froome in the first stint was really, really good fun, actually. I made a mistake after, obviously, the first lap happened, got through turn 1 cleanly, and then came around to the next lap, and my pressures and my temps still weren't right there, because obviously it was quite cold. So I hit the brakes, and nothing really happened. Nothing happened when I hit the brakes, so I missed the first corner. And I got overtaken by Froome in that. And then beyond that, I could tell that I was faster, but I didn't want to make a silly move, and I wasn't very fast through Ascari or the Parabolica up against Flying Froome, so I couldn't get the run down the pit straight to make a solid move stick without doing anything silly or outbraking myself and anything like that. So I just kind of sat and waited for the opportunity, and then the opportunity came once at Ascari, but that was kind of I guess not really that move was never really on. I was just kind of trying to force Froome into a mistake, which he didn't do. And then the one at turn 1 was a bit simpler, and I knew that because I was on the outside, I could brake a lot later than him. I could run deep into the corner, so I did that, and Froome was ever the gentleman and gave me all the space. So it was a good battle, but I was kind of just waiting for the right moment.
Yeah, it really was, and it was an enthralling battle, like you say. And I did say that during the race as well, that I did think it was Ascari and Parabolica that were the major thorn in your side there for getting past Froome, who was. And I said at the start of the race, I did actually fancy Froome to win this. I said it at the start of the broadcast, live on air. I reckon Froome could put in moves tonight to give us a real challenge up at the front, but he did make that little mistake, and that left you out in front. So once again, loving my football analogies tonight after the England manager joke, it was certainly a race of two halves. You spent the first half of the race looking at the tail lights of a Lamborghini, and then you spend the second half of the race looking in the rearview mirror at the headlights of a Bentley, and he was putting in some Olympic time. You gazumped him at the end for the quickest race lap, by the way, by a 10th. Just no heart whatsoever. No heart whatsoever. Just
I can't give these guys anything. I have to take it all from them.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, that's what makes champions. That is what makes champions, that cutting edge. But the second stint, very, very different to the first stint for the opposite reasons. How did that one, was that tougher, do you think, knowing that it was Milden that was chasing you down? Or do you think the first stint was tougher, trying to keep on the back of Flying Froome through Parabolica?
Oh, the second stint was definitely more difficult. I'd much rather be the chaser than the defender. And I think anyone will agree with me that there is nothing more frightening in your rearview mirrors than a Bentley.
Fetch my tambourine.
They're just so massive, you can see them for miles back. And I could see him getting closer and closer. And I knew, obviously, Milden was wringing the neck of that car. I knew he was getting everything out of it that he could have done. And I was pushing really hard as well to try and pull away. And I'd have two really, really good laps, and then I'd have a third lap where I think I just pushed too hard and the tyres weren't really giving me the grip that I wanted. So I was kind of, the advantage I had, which was definitely through the first half of the lap, I would lose because I was just pushing too hard. And then I think just in turn, as we kept going through the stint, Milden was pushing really hard to try and keep up with me, and then in the end had the same problem that I had, in that it was just little errors were creeping in and he wasn't quite able to maintain the same rhythm. But it was terrifying to say the least, because I knew that if I made one mistake, then it was over. We had a couple of moments where I nearly lost the lead, and I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit aggressive, I think, in my defending. I did. I definitely. I definitely left it up to Milden to back out of it more than anything else. But I trust Milden. He's a great race driver. He's probably one of the cleanest ACC drivers I think I've ever come across. So I could trust him that we could have a really good battle and it would be fair. So I left it up to him, and he did the right thing. And in the end, it was a really, really good battle, and it was kind of the battle that we'd been wanting all season long, and we finally got it at the end. Glad that I came out on top.
Yes, indeed, and you're right. It was the battle that we were looking for, especially I'm not going to lie, after he won race 1, I really thought we were going to see a proper ding-dong Titanic struggle between the two of you, but you stamped your authority on the whole thing. Like you say, the last 2 laps of the race, you go and gazump him for the quickest race lap as well, just to rub that extra little bit of salt into the wound. But that salt rubbing does come with some nice little prizes as well. 5 weeks in, as I say, 5 trips to the podium, 4 of them right on the top spot. Inaugural ACC champion. That is a nice little title to add to the collection, I'd imagine.
Yeah, really, really nice. Starting to gain a few trophies and stuff now, ACC wide, which is great to see.
Nice.
Yeah, really, really happy. With how the whole season went, and there's something. I don't know what it is, but I feel like when you do get like a little prize or something at the end of it, it's still just something that it's something else to fight for rather than just the title. It's something else as well, just a memento really to recognize your achievement. And there's something about winning a trophy or something like that brings out a really competitive side in me, I think. I think this season, definitely what helped me is the fact that I didn't want to just settle for like a second place finish or anything like that. I wanted to come into every race wanting to lead from the front and wanting to win. And that kind of mentality pushed me to be the best that I could have been this season. And I want to continue that into future seasons of ACC.
Yeah, well, the future is certainly looking bright based on the performances. As you know, I commentate on you in quite a few leagues, and you're always there or thereabouts the podiums. We'll forget about yesterday. We'll get onto that one.
I don't want to. Yeah, no, I don't want to talk about
it. No, that's fine. I completely understand that. But moving swiftly on, Jess, I'm sure she has a couple of questions. She's asked the other 2 drivers, so we'll let her fire in with her questions for our series champion.
Yes. There we go. It must feel so great for you to win the first inaugural championship as well. Going into season 2, what will be your main goals of the season? Are you going to go 2 for 2? Are you going to pick a different car maybe? And what are your goals?
Oh, blimey. Well, I think the only realistic goal I have to go for now is to win every race, don't I? It's the only way up. Yeah, I mean, definitely season 2, without a shadow of a doubt, I will be going for the title again. I mean, I don't know if I'll be in the McLaren or not. I imagine I probably will be in the McLaren because I do love the car. I think I found the car that I've loved the most in ACC so far with this McLaren. But then I guess a future update might come out which could shift around some of the cars and how they handle, and I might fall in love with another car that might help me out. I mean, I've been through 3 cars already in ACC, through the Lexus, through the Mercedes, and now to the McLaren. So I could be in a new car next season, but the way that things are going with the McLaren, I feel like it's a good luck charm for me at this point. So I don't really want to get rid of that good luck charm just yet.
Yep, that's fair enough. Anything else, Jess?
And what are you going to do with the vouchers? £25.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that briefly. Yeah, that's I think the NASCAR game's coming out in a couple of months, so I'm going to put it towards that. I think that's definitely what I'm going to be going for. So when that comes out at the end of, I think that's out at the end of October. I've been waiting for a decent NASCAR game, and that looks like it might be the one. So I'm going to put it towards that, get it half price.
That is good. I want to get that new game as well, actually. And I think there's an IndyCar game happening at some point as well, which I want to get so badly.
Yeah.
So good choice, and congratulations. And you better check Twitter now because and a nice tweet has been done for you for courtesy of our graphics designers at OneHub, Lukey and Dane Star. So you can go and check that out now, and everyone will be congratulating you. So well done, Car Mentalist, and go and get the champagne out.
Yes, congratulations, mate. Honestly, absolutely phenomenal performance from start to finish. Absolutely season long, and never have I seen a more worthy champion in a series. So congratulations, and absolutely can't wait to see you decimate the field again next season, my man.
Thank you so much, and obviously thanks to you two as well for coming this entire season. Obviously, we know it's a little bit difficult to commentate on ACC, and you guys have done a stellar job all season long, as well as obviously Dexter and stuff like that for organising the whole league. It's been a really, really good season. A shout out to Jordan and Jav as well. I can see them in the One Hub chat. They're really bigging me up.
You got a fan club. You got a fan
Yes,
club,
you
ladies
do.
and gentlemen. I was about to ask, but I completely forgot.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
relentless
Colin
fan club.
Mason. Can I just put Colin Mason firmly in his place? If he is going to put it towards any Jack Daniels fund, I can assure you, it will be the pint tumbler of a 6-foot Scotsman. Okay, Okay, so you can keep your Jack Daniels ambitions to yourself, young man. If you get the honor down to you, he come out, he put you in your place. Okay. Sorry, he does love those impressions.
Oh,
But I'm
God.
completely losing it on all the excitement. And it's Carmentalist that's just won. I'm just excited to get into survey everything that's happened over the 5 weeks. But yeah, we'll let Carmentalist get on his way. And Jess, it's that time. Bittersweet. We'll have to wrap it up. There will be a season 2. Fingers crossed. We'll see how that one
We're not
plays out.
wrapping
But
up
what a
just yet.
season. Oh no, we're not. Of course you did. Yep, you know what? You're right.
We've got one more prize to give out.
We
One
do,
more
we do.
prize, and well done to all the drivers actually, because luckily Colin has been pestering these drivers to do this. All the drivers that were in the running for the Going Gets Tough award just done their post-race interviews just now, all 4 of them. And we couldn't wait until Sunday or next Tuesday. Come on. We may as well get it done now. We got 4 people in the running for the Going Gets Tough award. And for those of you that don't know what the Going Gets Tough award is, it is partnered by the amazing ERT Elite Racing team, co-owned by Dexter and ERT Thomas. And to be in the running for that, you must complete all of your pre-race and post-race interviews and finish outside the top 3. So Car Mentalist, Milden and Flying Fromy Banana might have done all their pre and post race interviews. They weren't in the running for it, unfortunately. And the winner of the Going Gets Tough award, Dexter wouldn't let me live that down, will win the same prize as what Car Mentalist wins for being the champion: a £25 Amazon or PSN voucher and a trophy to call their own. So there we go. I wonder, and maybe we could try and get our Going Gets Tough award champion in the commentary box. So if you're listening and if you're in the running, here we go. So I'm going to get the wheel up. Are you ready for the wheel? So the wheel, we've got 4 drivers who have done all their pre and post race interviews. And that just reminds me, I need to actually get the browser sound. That would be handy, Jessica, because otherwise you won't be able to hear the browser noise. So, and I just got to do a few things because I just completely forgot that I was meant to do it. But anyway, we got Art Connor, we got Cam, we got Dexter, and we got Blue and Mosquito. So those 4 are in the running to win themselves a trophy and the Going Gets Tough award for ERT. Imagine if Dexter wins his own award. He'll be paying it for himself, technically. He doesn't have to give the prize to anyone. But so it just goes to show that anyone can win an award, regardless where you are on the grid, as long as you attend every race, of course. I won it last season in season 18
nice.
in One Hub. My trophy, I wish I could put my camera on, but my room's in absolute state. But my trophy is in, I've got a mantelpiece right by me. It's standing on there. It's pretty good. Anyway, I know that these 4 are ready to find out who has won the Going Gets Tough award for ERT. The first one of season 1 then. Let's get spinning. Are you ready, John?
Let's do this.
Woohoo! So
Here
the
we go.
winner of the ERT Going Gets Tough award is Blue Mosquito! Woo!
Yay!
Well done. So, Blue Mosquito, if you're in the chat, I would like your reaction. Please maybe get in the waiting box.
Congratulations.
Yep, you get yourself a £25 PSN or Amazon gift voucher. You can choose, of course, which one you want. And you get yourself a nice trophy to call your own too. So, well done, Blue Mosquito. Woo!
Yeah, congratulations. The Audi driving Blue Mosquito just shows you prizes right through the grid. And Colin did say Red Wales will win. And yeah, Colin Mason told you so. SOP Milden, kapow! Love the kapow. Love the kapow.
So people
That's
predicted
awesome.
Blue Mosquito to win the Going. Wow, they must have good predictions then.
Yep, Colin Mason, he certainly did. Went straight for the red because it was Wells, and it came out the winner. So 4 prizes being handed out this evening, flying from SOP Milden, and of course Carmentalist taking the main series honour.
And Blue
it
Mosquito
is
for the
Blue
girl.
Mosquito.
Yeah. So all of our prizes have been given out. So that is brilliant. Well done. It would have been awkward if Dexter won his own award. But there we go. Thank goodness
Ever
it didn't
so
happen.
slightly.
No offense to Dexter or anything, but Dexter was still in the running, so he was in the wheel anyway. So, but anyway, unfortunately, that's come to the end of our stream. I'm going to give some special thank yous actually to everyone that has been involved, because it's not just the drivers that. Well, we've got to, of course, thank the drivers. They put on an amazing show. Without the drivers, we wouldn't have anything to do with this as well. So thank you so much. Of course, thank you to our graphics designers for ACC, in particular, Lukey and Danestar. Without you guys, there wouldn't be any graphics that you see on the streams. Danestar especially has put in a lot of effort into the ACC graphics, helping out Lukey a bit. So thank you to both of them. Also, thank you to Colin for doing the results each week for ACC. It's the first time he's ever done them. It's a warm-up ready for the F1. So, and I have to say, Colin, a fantastic job on the results, getting the results together on some spreadsheets. So, thank you very much. I want to make sure I don't forget everyone. So, Nick, if you're watching, make sure I don't forget anyone, please, in the thank yous. Thank you. Cam for getting the standings ready for our graphics team. After the results are done, Cam makes sure he gets all the standings sorted on a spreadsheet, and he gets all the stats to be on our database. He's the king of stats at OneHubRacing, and he was also the man who sorted out our permutations as well. So thank you very much, Mr. Cam, and he got one of his best results of the season tonight. So congratulations to him. And there couldn't have been an ACC season without the man, the mastermind behind them all, Dexter. He was the tier coordinator of ACC. One of his main remits at OneHubRacing now is ACC. He's done an incredible job. He's the one who bought the server, made sure that the servers were working and stuff like that, made sure that the drivers were behaving, which they were, to be fair, so good job to them. And Dexter was the one who put the calendar together as well. So thank you, Dexter. We love you, and we even love you even more because you picked the Ferrari. And also thank you to KK for being a Discord machine, getting all the Discord posts sorted for the bots, reminding people about their pre- and post-race interviews, as well as all the socials that you see on our Twitter and Instagram. So thank you to KK, and also thank you to Nick for keeping us on the straight and narrow as well. Nick also wanted an ACC league to happen. He's a big boss. He's my boss anyway, and Dexter's boss as well. So thank you very much. I hope I haven't forgotten anyone in terms of the management side. And of course, we also got to thank my co-commentator for the season, John, who has been incredible. Honestly, when I approached him for the first ever event, I needed a co-commentator, and I was like, look, John, we heard how great you were in SOP. We want you here. John jumped at the opportunity, and he wanted to do this season as well with me. John, you've been superb, and I think everyone at OneHubRacing can agree. John, you've been incredible, my friend. Thank you.
Yeah, well, listen, thank you to you, Jess. Working with you has been a huge part of my decision to come and do this. Straight off the bat, I've made no bones about that. You were one of the main reasons I came along to do this. Of course, Dexter as well, a great guy. He does drive a Ferrari. I might have swayed it slightly. But yeah, just like to echo Jess's thoughts. Thank you to Colin, Nick, the huge machine that makes ERT work. It's glad and OneHubRacing as well. Sorry, OneHub, great to see. They're dipping their toe into the ACC waters, and it's been so successful. It's been an absolute pleasure presiding over these races and getting to speak to the drivers at the end as well. And yeah, we'll see what we can do for season 2. Absolutely looking forward to that one. But yeah, thanks everyone, the racers, everyone that got involved in the chat, all my mates that came watching. And good to be to Arnold as well for Colin. He loves Arnold.
Not again.
With the Arnold. He's put it in the chat. He's put it in the chat. I've got to do it. Come on, what are you talking about? Get to the finish line. Get to the finish line. What's going on with the Arnold? So yeah, but yeah, listen, huge thanks to everybody And yeah, I should probably leave it there. And yeah, season 2, you never know. But yeah, and again, Jess, honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure working alongside you. You are the best the ACC has got to offer. So, yeah, it's been a
Thank
pleasure and a
you.
learning experience. And yeah, I'm looking forward to you and I working again. But as of course, even more importantly, best of luck with your racing going forward. I know the F1 and the Jacko car, I will be keeping close eye on your
It's
result.
Monaco next week.
Monaco, you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah, and I found some good news as well. My teammate actually won the first race. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, that is brilliant.
Nice.
Hashtag vote for him for driver of the day. Anyway, and
Nice, I
I've
like
just
it.
seen a reaction from Blue Mosquito. He was not expecting it at all. He said, "Woohoo! Never thought I'll be winning anything this season." Well, good news, Blue Mosquito. You just done it. You just won something, my friend. That just goes to show you can put anything you set your mind to it. And Dex just said that's a beauty. The ELT going gets tough award. This rewards a driver who does his duties with interviews and attends all the races. So, you know, I won't be able to get it this season because obviously I missed the first race in OneHub in F1. But it'll be nice for someone else to get it. But we'll let you enjoy the rest of your evening. Oh, I have to end the stream. I don't want to, but we have to.
I know. I know. Parting in such sweet sorrow.
Yeah, sweet sorrow. But anyway, it is goodbye from me.
And it is a goodbye from me.
See you
Goodbye.
next season.